This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm so sorry.
When last we left off, our three intrepid party heroes,
Sent.
Lami, played by the lovely Josh, Ronan, played by our lovely friend Christopher, and Lythar, played by that guy Kendrick, and their dwarf friend, Core, right? I didn't pull up his sheet because that's not important. Right?
Yeah, Core.
Had rescued this family that had been abducted by little tiny automatons. Which we can give more information on that later in character.
They're like replicators from Stargate.
Slightly bigger and a little more advanced individually, but yes. So they had been sent by the mayor and his wife of this village to go rescue this family that had been, or to track down this family that had been abducted. Along the way, they were shot at and then shot back at a group of outriders and rangers. One that after the shooting had stopped, they sat down and talked and realized that these outriders were from the village and they were preventing people from following this trail down into this hole in the hillside. So after Kendrick shot one of them in the head and then figured it all out, Marcus, the leader of this group of outriders, went with the party to go into this dungeon and go find this family. He's a local in the area. I think he's related to the constable, if my notes are correct.
Allegedly.
So went into this dungeon, and everything was basically perfectly square, and it seemed to be holding cells of some kind as they were traveling through. And they were following a red thread that they had found in the woods and were following this thread. And they came to a room with several unlocked doors where they found a Goliath friend, and the family, as well as a hook horror, which they opened the door and it tried to escape and attack them.
I have its arm.
He does.
I tore it off.
There was also a mating pair of hippogriffs.
They were a mating pair of hippogriffs? We could have had hippogriff babies?
It was a male and a female. And the party attempted to catch and corral them.
No,
they got
correction. Away. Josh tried to catch and corral them.
Lythar attempted to keep everything civil and calm, and Long decided that the best thing in this situation
was to roll a 2.
So the hippogriffs escaped, and rescued the party, and on the way out, Core did a quick once-over of the Goliath and saw that there had been some sort of mechanical magic embedded in the Goliath, because he was the only one that could open. He basically, when Ronan the Goliath would walk up to a door, he did not have it turned into an automatic door. It just opened for him. So Core was like, that's not cool. Let me try and electrocute this out of you, as he was a lightning cleric. And he so successfully cooked all the He's in a coma. We'll get there. So all the electronics were cooked out of Ronan, and as everyone began to exit, an alarm was triggered. And Ronan came to the discovery that there were other bits of machinery inside the remaining the family they had rescued. Everybody was able to escape up the chute they had come down without too much trouble. And then Core tried to cleanse the whole group and did not succeed. And so all of the mechanics had been removed from the group, and they all, instead of being just electrocuted, all basically like transplanted themselves into Core and were very resistant to him attempting to electrocute them out of him. To the point where like his literal god intervened and said, you need to stop. You have a problem and you need to stop. And so he stopped. And then the party was working their way back to town with the family they'd rescued. They came to the family's burned down homestead, which burned down because of
Fire.
the aforementioned party. Because a wooden shack.
It wasn't my fault.
It was his fault.
They built their house out of wood, and there was
I'm
a
not
dragon.
the fire-breathing dragon.
But the party was able to stave off an attack from a squad of bugbears and prevent bloodshed because there's a Goliath, a dragon, and a dude with a bow, and the bugbears were not quite ready for two of those things.
And a dude with a bow.
Kendrick and I tried so hard to kill the bugbears, and they just ran away.
Chris almost ripped my pants off.
I did.
Just run away. Somebody.
You scared them away. You jerk.
So the party got everyone together, made their way back to town, and when they went to the mayor's house again, Core went to knock and went to be like, "Look, we saved all these people. Please pay us." And then he collapsed, and so the party was rushed in, and Core was being cared for by the mayor's wife, Lady Cost, and the rest of the party was sitting around, basically just eating and drinking and taking a well-deserved rest after a long, very eventful 12 hours.
Taking a good old nap.
So it is now the next day. Y'all have eaten your fill, and probably, unless you wanted to go out in the town to do more drinking or carousing before you went to sleep. No?
No.
Nope. Just bed.
Oh.
Nope.
Can I wake up cuddling Lythar?
Oh God.
Y'all have separate rooms.
Oh.
The first time you were here, you were all kind of in the pseudo living room.
I wasn't here. This is my first time.
Correct.
Here.
So also this house, the mayor's house, is full of illusion magic.
It's trippy.
So people walk through walls all the time because Lady Cost is an illusionist who doesn't really like the appeal. She doesn't like how doors look in a lot of places. So like cabinets usually just look like a log wall or a brick wall, and she'll just be like, "Oh, I need salt," and just reach into the wall and grab her salt box. Just very casual illusion magic. It's very skilled illusion magic. The house is bigger on the inside, which is always fun.
Like my ex-wife.
So, like my ex-wife, sir.
When were you all married?
We weren't.
It's a long story. I'll tell you Thanksgiving. So, it's the next morning. And then, so DP and Brandon, do you guys want to get introduced now, or do you want to wait a little bit? Because I can do either
Wait a
or.
little bit. Let's
Okay.
wait a minute.
Okay. So the three
I go to put on my sock and find DP.
He is the sock.
He is the sock.
No, it's not a sock. Put down the note.
Mom found the poop sock.
Oh,
So the three of you in the house wake up in your own rooms. If anybody wants to wake up first, you can all wake up at the same time and mosey your way down for breakfast.
Yep,
There's
breakfast. Let's get to breakfast.
Breakfast. I'll make sure Lythar is awake because I've taken a liking to Lythar.
oh.
So I'll go and I'll go. What did I call him? Elfie boy? Oi, Elfie boy. You want breakfast? Breakfast?
Lythar is laying in bed, hears this, opens his eyes, but doesn't move, and is like, takes a long 10 seconds to think if he wants to get up or not. And he just goes, "Yeah, I'll be there." And then falls back asleep.
Oh,
Little
don't be sad if there's none left for you. Off down the stairs I go.
As
Downstairs? Are there stairs?
down-
Yes, there are stairs.
Okay.
So then,
There could always be stairs in the illusionist house.
Okay.
as I hear him running down the stairs, I realize that in my party there are two giant ass dudes who could eat a lot, and I'm like, oh, he's right. There ain't gonna be any left. So then Lythar gets up, gets dressed, and goes down for food.
Okay. So go down, and in the kitchen, it's a massive kitchen. This is the kind of kitchen that you would see in like a castle to feed like 20 or 30 people, just like the scale of it. But when y'all get down there, food's already laid out for you on the table. Whatever your character's ideal breakfast is, that's it.
Perfect.
Mung beans.
Huge plate of mung beans, cooked to perfection. Lythar's got, and there's like in front of each of your seats, there's a little placard with your name on it. It's like a wooden placard with a brass plate.
What if we can't read?
Brass plate. Then it looks very pretty, and
It's bronze, so it matches you. Or it's brass, whatever it is. Brass, bronze dragon, same
are you
thing.
brass dragon.
I'm a brass dragon.
You are brass. Haha. So it does match.
Which I did a Google, and I found the commoner's intelligence is 10, and mine is 11. So I'm slightly smarter than a 5th grader.
Can we
Just-
take a brief pause and remember that I mentioned that like 10 minutes before we started?
Yep.
Oh,
Chris,
Mine is 9, so
so you're slightly not as smart as a 5th grader.
yes.
Okay.
So, so yeah, as y'all are eating breakfast, the mayor and his wife, or the mayor comes in, and he's in, basically he's just like, he's in lounging clothes, nothing super fancy. He's got slippers. He has a pipe. He's just got a pipe that's lit, and he's walking around, and he's got a mug of something, and he's walking through the kitchen, and he's like, his eyes are mostly shut. And he's just like, just completely on reflex.
Picturing
like,
the
putting
mayor as
himself-
Jeff Goldblum in Ragnarok right now.
kind of give him a little more beard and a little more like gray and wizened. I'm trying to think of a good.
Gandalf the Vape.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum is millions of years old, so
Jeff Goldblum has ever only played Jeff Goldblum, though.
Think if you mix Hammond from Jurassic Park, the guy who runs Jurassic Park, mix him with Jeff Goldblum a little bit. That's kind of the vibe. A little more beard, and just like he walks in, he bumps into somebody. She goes, "Morning," shuffles and sits down at the other end of the table, and is just like flipping through some papers and drinking his coffee. Just not really noticing the fact that y'all are not. There's a Goliath, a dragon, and an elf in his room. He's just totally cool with it.
I dig it.
I dig it.
Normal.
Totes norms.
He's completely nonplussed by it. And a little more time goes by, and his wife, the Lady Cost, comes in, and she's rolling her sleeves back down, and she looks exhausted. Who here? What's everybody's wisdom, real quick?
10.
11. Oh, mine's 12.
Hendrik,
15.
you're so quiet.
You are super quiet, buddy. So
Hello,
Kendrick-
hello.
There you go.
I
Okay.
fixed
Speak
it.
into the microphone.
God
So-
damn it.
So Lythar, you feel like you can kind of feel the magic, like that she's been trying to do magic, that she'd been doing magic for a while. Like there's like a kind of a charge, almost like static electricity, but not.
Just like a
It's not gonna
sense.
hurt you, but like there's just like this feel of energy being expended. She
Right.
smells a little bit like ozone. And she's just like, she looks exhausted and just physically drained. She goes and she sits down next to are you guys all in bed? Is there any space between where you guys are sitting, or are you giving each other like your
I thought we were
your
sitting
next
like
door?
across from each other, like a big picture, like a big rectangle boy,
Mhm.
and like Mayor was like down here, and then we were like,
Just kind of scattered around.
yeah,
Okay,
because
so
we
she-
had placemats set, so really it's up to you where we were sitting.
Okay, you're right. I did have placemats. I'm so good at this. So there's enough space between Ronan and Lami for a person to sit, and she's just tired. She goes and she like points her hand at the kettle on the stove, and it starts boiling. And she walks over. She gets a mug, puts some tea in the thing, sets it on the stove, pours herself a cup of tea, walks over and stands between the two, between Lami and Ronan. Just kind of looks at the two of you, just like patiently waiting.
Have a seat.
Thank you. She steps over, takes a seat, puts her mug down on the table. She goes,
Had a rough night there. Whack! Smacks her on the back.
she like jostles forward and like kind of bumps into the table, not as much as she should.
Oh.
Like that would have said somebody sprawling over the table, just because of your size. And she just kind of like takes the hit and kind of rocks with it. She goes, "You
She
could
made-
say that.
Is she made of lead?
Do you want to roll for that?"
No.
Roll a perception check.
And she takes her cup and she's like, you could say that. Well, he's not dead.
Well, if he's not
But,
dead, then is he alive?
He's not awake.
So he's sleeping.
I put him to sleep.
So he was awake.
Chris's
Yes.
face right now.
She turns and looks at Ronan, and because you speak giant, right? She spoke giant to you earlier. So
Yes, she did.
she in giant, she's like, I put him to sleep because he kept trying to kill himself to get rid of whatever's inside him.
Well, that sounds bad. We determined that giant speak is just finding Nemo. Dory speak to the whale.
Pretty much. And she turns to everybody else and explains pretty much the same thing, that Court, whenever Court was awake, he was trying to channel enough lightning to remove whatever magic was inside him, and she basically had to put him in a coma so he would stop. And gives this brief explanation and just slams her tea in like a single long pull and slams her mug on the table. It's like,
I have so many cups.
she feels much more like, she takes that big calming breath and lets it out, and all of a sudden she's awake again.
Can Lythar says to her in Elvish, like, why don't you let him do it?
Oof.
Like, as a really bad joke, but also because like Lythar's not a fan of the dwarf at all. He almost
remember we have
killed
to
me.
Stay in character, right? But yeah, so she turns, and in common, so everyone can still understand. She's like, trust me, after the third time, boy was I tempted. But this is partly my fault. This wouldn't have happened if my husband and I hadn't sent you on this trip. And so it's partly my responsibility. It's my responsibility.
You were why I wandered down into that hole?
No, I don't know what you were doing in that hole.
Oh, neither did I.
Since you came back with them, I assume that they like you well enough that you're good for something, I guess.
I try.
And so she's like, it's my fault that he is this way. And my husband and I feel that we both owe him and the rest of you a debt that we can't just repay with money.
You could try.
You will get paid for what your time is worth, plus a bonus.
Do I get paid?
Do you use money?
Yes.
Then you will get paid.
Well, thank you.
Do you-
Suffice to say, your dwarf is beyond my abilities to heal.
Do you know who could heal him? Again, I changed my accent. I can't figure out what I was doing.
I'm glad you asked. That's something a very intelligent person does, is change their accent. I'm very glad you asked. And she puts her hand on the table and slides her hand towards the three, like into the center, so it's equidistant to the three of you. And as she pushes, a sealed letter just like slides forward. It's sitting in between the three of you on the table. She goes, "This letter will get you through the gates of Corindor. It's about a week's walk from here. They have better healers, and there's a temple to some dwarven god over there. I can never keep them straight. But they might be able to help."
What does the letter say?
The letter it's just like a folded up envelope, and it has a wax seal on the back, and it's in a blue splotch of ink on the parchment, and inside it is a pair of scales. The seal is a pair of scales on this blue wax seal.
Dragonborn scales?
No, like weighing scales.
Oh. The heck?
So the mayor, still with us, one more thing. And he reaches under his table, pulls out another letter in a bag. And he sets the letter next to the first one. And this one is in red ink, or red wax, but has the same seal on it.
I'm just going to look at the letter and go, I'm not reading all of these.
No, these letters aren't for you. These letters, the blue one is for the guards.
Think our woodsy friend should read them. He can read things.
Lythar just puts his head down like.
The red letter is for the governor of Corindor. Show him this letter, and he'll help you with it, with whatever you need.
Just the letter. Or should we give it to him?
Let him read it.
Okay. Let's try to be a little more specific.
And the other bag he kind of tosses in his hand and then sets on top of both letters. It's like, this is your pay for the job you've done us, the service you've done. There's a bonus in there for you for your safe return of everyone, and also for your help with the constable.
Who's the constable?
How much is in there?
Let me find out how much you guys were. Do you know how much you were promised?
A million.
Somebody
5
should have
coins.
written that down. That wasn't me.
Man. I don't think we ever discussed an amount.
Yeah, we did. No,
We
you
did.
you were all adamant about an amount before you left.
And I didn't write down. Fuck.
You know who would know?
Text
Zach
Megan.
Core.
Text Megan. We got
Text Megan. Hey, can you, DP, just yell out, "Yo, how much were we promised to be paid?"
There are
And he'll be like, "Oh, fuck."
I'm not interrupting whatever's going on.
probably for the best. Just thought about that. Anyway, so I think it was like 20 gold apiece. Does that sound?
Oh, I thought it was like 200.
I remember
Thousands.
they drove. A
I
hard
have
price.
no concept of how much money is a lot of money.
Like in
Like
real life, or
as Chris, as myself,
Okay.
Like in this imaginary land, I've never had to
You-
deal
you
with
can
that.
live
So
on a
like
gold a day.
a gold a
Like,
day.
you can live comfortably, not super extravagantly, but like you can eat and have a place to sleep and everything for like a gold a day.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it's a 200 golds in the bag
There's
plus an
200
extra
in there?
25 for keeping everybody alive.
Can we take Course? He's asleep. He doesn't need it.
So there's 225 in there. Is that per person or is that divisible?
That is
by-
total. That is
Total.
like lump sum
How do I
Divided that by
add?
3, we get 75 a pop. That's not bad, boys.
for the three of you.
How do I add gold to my thing?
Click on it.
Where's gold?
Under equipment, should
Equipment.
be up there in currency, right up top.
Ah,
You have 10 silver
Just
currently.
click on that and add stuff.
I have 10 gold.
I think you have 10 silver.
It says gold.
You do
Click
have 10
on
gold.
it.
Oh, 1 gold is 10 silver. That's right. That it's showing me exchange rates for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I don't need exchange rates.
So now I got 20 more gold.
You have 75 more gold.
Oh. So now I have 55 more gold.
You're like Chris Pratt. Like, I want to hold $1,000. That's not
Nickels! Give me nickels!
Wait, how do you add money to your D&D thing?
So,
equipment.
wait, now I have 85 gold. I shouldn't wait. Is that right? Yeah, that's right.
Correct.
Because I had
That's
10.
correct.
Uh-huh.
Go to equipment, Kendrick. Did you get there?
Yes.
Did you find the thing that says currency up top there?
Oh shit.
Click on it,
Yeah.
and then you can add as many or subtract as many as you'd like.
What did we start out with? 20 silver?
That's up to your character.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus.
I somehow
So
had 10 gold.
Just click on it, hit add 75. That's it. There's no math involved.
There's literally zero math. You do that math.
Just go click on it.
I did it. All right.
Good job.
did it.
Fuck off.
How do you?
So proud.
So now that the money's all been evenly distributed, the mayor's eyes finally like crack open. They're kind of like they're not full open, but he's just like, "Ugh." He looks around and he goes, "Well, it'll take a week to walk there. Let me see if I can get you a cart and save some time.
How about
Caught.
hippogriff?
Because I don't know if you want to carry the dwarf all the way to Corimvor, but
Oh,
that's a bit of a hike.
How about some hippogriffs?
We don't have hippogriffs around here.
All these nice things, and you guys can't afford a hippogriff.
Well, fun fact: the Hippogriff Fund went back to rebuilding the Longer Pike. Inn after it mysteriously burned down, and there was a chicken or something.
How did that burn down?
So what
Well-
you're saying is if somebody didn't burn that down, that may or may not be in this building, we would have hippogriffs.
I don't
I didn't burn down anything.
know.
I'd want big
What?
fire.
Let me see if I can hire you a cart and see if anyone else is going that way. Excuse me.
No droids.
I see what's going on here.
He walks out, and as he's walking, he puts down his coffee cup and kind of straightens up his posture. And as he steps through the threshold of the kitchen, you see his clothes change into sort of his more official, like his going out clothes that the mayor would wear. So it's not like a 3-piece suit, but it's definitely like
It's a 2-piece suit.
it's a 2-piecer. Like, and he's got like the top button enough that like he could go out and do some work if he had to, but he's mostly there to be official and handle things and sign papers.
Does he have a cool- does he have a
Walter
cool hat?
Brimley.
Does he have a cool hat?
Hold on. Let me find out if he has a hat. He does have a cool hat.
Where'd Brandon go?
Away.
He said he'd be back.
Oh, okay.
He's just getting a drink.
Is he here for you guys too?
No,
You're- no, that's
Chris,
that's,
you're next to Kendrick for me.
Yes.
Oh, Kendrick's there for me.
Yeah,
DP's up here for me.
Yeah, it's probably all different.
Why is it all different? Come on, Discord.
Why does it matter?
You're in the top left.
Whoa.
You all right there, Satan?
On my computer, I'm on
Wah,
the
wah.
right.
In the bottom left for me. I'm in the bottom right for me. Is
Yeah,
everyone for
is
them in the bottom right?
I
Yes.
think that's where it puts you there, buddy.
I wish it was the same for everybody, like the Brady Bunch. I could like look up when I'm talking to DP and look over when I'm talking to Brandon.
That'd be too nice. So
That's Discord
Mayor,
Turbo.
Mayor shuffles out. Some time goes by, probably like 30 minutes. Everyone's still stuffing their face. The mayor comes back and he goes, "Well, we're in luck. I found a cart with two gentlemen that are going to be traveling towards Cornvor, and if you're willing to ride along with them, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to for the extra
We're all riding in the cart.
maybe not you, sir, big sir, but
You could walk next to the cart.
you could pull the cart if you felt like it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's
Well,
it's not that big of a
fine.
cart, you see. Come with me. And instead of going, he came back in the door that he had left from. Instead of going out that way, he walks around the table and opens a kitchen cupboard, and it's a door to the outside. He's like, "Well, follow me, gentlemen."
Makes sense.
Holds the door
Excellent.
open and walks out. And you somehow walked out the front door of the house onto the dirt street that runs through the center of this town, and you see a cart with a pair of pretty healthy looking horses, and
Hippogriffs.
you two gentlemen, if you want to describe your characters and what you were doing in this particular moment.
Well, oh, sorry. I was just saying, Lythar sees the horses and he's like, "Animals, yes." He just kind of like admires them, I guess, and just kind of stands there for a little bit, just like taking it in and thinking about how we actually don't have to walk all the way. It's pretty nice.
Not you, you monkey.
Yeah, DP or Brandon, if whichever one wants to go first. And
Oh, I'm a
Right.
dingus.
Yep.
So, this short little gnome guy, right? He's got some brown hair. He's chilling. Yeah, he's got a tiny little metallic animal, though. It's a Rhode Island red chicken.
Oh.
He's sitting
That's
there
not
petting it.
How big is the
Just-
chicken in comparison of size to you?
So I'm about 3 feet tall, and the chicken is probably like a foot. Yeah, chicken's
Okay.
like a foot tall. So yeah, he's like a third my size.
If he gets bigger, you could ride him.
True.
we'll talk about the combat chicken later.
It's a combat chicken. Ooh.
And More is that how do you pronounce your character's name?
Maury.
Maury. So Maury, are you in the driver's seat of the cart, or are you just kind of hanging out on the back?
Just kind of hanging out in the back. I'm
Okay.
for the ride.
So DP is Maury.
Maury.
Maury?
Brandon,
Maury?
what are you up to?
You said we're on a cart?
Yeah, the cart's basically parked out front. You can be on it. You can be taking care of the horses. You can be like checking the undercarriage, kind of doing whatever.
Checking the oil.
I
Where's your
am.
dipstick?
I'm a. I think it's 6'5", somewhere in there, around
Mhm.
built 215. Just sitting, leaning against the wagon, and just sharpening my sword
Oh.
menacingly.
Your sword or your glaive?
Glaive, sorry.
You know we could have
And
glaives.
what race
so
are you?
Brandon's a half
My-
orc.
Half orc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which half?
So there's a half orc and a gnome.
Waist down, or are we like vertical here?
Uh,
One tusk,
gonna-
2 tusks?
big
I'm
knife.
gonna look at the mayor, and I'm gonna say, who is this large man, and why did he bring a snack with him?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to ask him yourself. They seem to be pretty chummy when I came out looking for a lift. They seem to be good friends.
Okay.
If that's completely wrong and you two hate each other, please tell me now.
I don't think we talk very much.
I am going to saunter over and be like, "Hello, new friends! How are you doing?" Yeah, just like,
So,
I'm a 7'3" barbarian, by the way.
Thalgaror and Maury, you see the mayor come out of the front door of his house, and out comes the weirdest conglomerate of people you've ever seen. There is a 7-foot tall. He looks half giant, like just this monster with a brow ridge that you could actually like crack a rock on. Followed by a brass dragonborn in full plate with in chainmail with a sword and shield, and then a wood elf just kind of moseying on after him.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
I pictured Kendrick doing like an old-timey jazz thing, like with a cane, like...
Not quite that enthusiastically.
Sounds like a weird porno.
Right?
Drop the weird and you're right. There was a whole thing of chicken related. But he like the wood elf comes out and he walks like he's more comfortable in the woods, but he's very confident and very sure of every step that he takes when he's walking.
Every move you make.
And so and then the Goliath like, come here, hello, new friends, and has his arms out like an animatronic Barney coming to give you a hug.
So I stand up, still stroking my cock, my metallic cock. And
See now why it's a chicken.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you? I believe we were talking to somebody. Are you people looking for a ride?
Yes, we are. To
Yes, we are, tiny man.
Trogdor. Where are we going?
Korumvor.
Korumvor. Like I said, Korumvor.
Exactly what I said. Yep.
This is a much more interesting group of people than I expected.
You're much more smaller than I expected, and I didn't even expect anybody.
Don't make
Indeed.
fun of my height. 4 foot.
I thought
He's
you were
up.
3 foot.
I thought you were 3 foot.
Definitely
2
4
feet.
foot tall.
You're 4 feet tall, so then the chicken is 1/4 your size. If it's 1 foot.
It's an 18-inch chicken.
Okay.
It's a big cock.
It's a big cock.
So Maury is obviously like way shorter than 4 feet, but
Oh.
he's gonna keep saying he's 4 foot.
And what's your story? I don't know Brandon's character's name. What's your name?
You
Just
could
call it
ask him.
Thou.
You could ask him.
How? Yeah. And what's your story? You look like you would be a good sparring partner.
My character doesn't talk very much, so I kind of just look at you and don't answer.
I respect that. Just kind of awkwardly stare.
What is it you do, large-toothed one?
Kill things.
Ooh,
I like
Kill
this
things.
I like this one. I need it.
Lythar,
Well-
like. Oops, sorry. I was gonna say
No, go
Lythar
on.
looks. Where is it? I have it pulled up. Lythar looks at What is it? Melon?
What?
Oh, no, that's
No, that was my other character. Melon.
Brandon. What's your guy's name?
It's just Thou.
Thou.
Lythar just kind of looks at him, realizing he's like kind of an orc, like half orc. And his backstory is his favorite enemy are orcs. He does not like orcs. He has a bad history with them. So he's like very off put by it, but he's not like, I'm gonna kill you, but he's definitely just like not happy about the situation. And then he looks over at the gnome, and I think I would think for Lythar, the gnome makes him feel kind of like, I'm not the only weird one here now. Because like I'm the smallest guy. Now we got a fucking gnome. Lythar's like, all
I
right.
mean, the dwarf was the smallest.
Yeah, but he's big and burly though.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we got a gnome. Like, here we go.
So what classes our new friends? Is that something that I should ask, or is that
You can ask in character. You can ask them what they do.
so? What? Well, we already asked Thou what Thou does. Thou kills things. So
I like that one.
You could also ask why they're going to
Mhm.
Corumvor. What's like, where are you headed? Where are you from? Or you could ask all these questions on the road. You could do whatever you like.
yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna go inside and get our sleeping comrade, and then shall we be on our way?
Sounds like a plan.
Perfect. Off I go to
Sounds
go
good to
fetch Kor Thodin's son.
I'm gonna mosey on over to the Long Pike Inn while we wait.
The longer pike inn.
The longer pike in.
Pike.
Yes. The long pike inn
I'm
burned
gonna-
down in an accident about 2 days ago.
I'm gonna go in there.
Okay. It still smells like. Sorry. So you're running to the long pike, while Ronan goes and grabs our dwarf friend. Lythar, Mori, and Thal. Do you guys want to do anything in town before you head out?
I think Lythar's just gonna kind of stand by the cart,
Yeah, I'm gonna continue standing by the
and there's
cart.
gonna be like, I feel like in Lythar's mind, there's gonna be some tension between the two. Like, not any like,
like quick glances, like
yeah, like we're
So-
definitely both eyeing each other up. Like, who the fuck are you, man? Like, what?
your little
Like
guy.
manly man eyeing up shit, signing each other up.
Okay. Maury, do you want to do anything in town before?
No, I think we're pretty much packed. I
Okay.
feel like we were on our way out. So.
Okay. About to hit the road.
Is there like a blacksmith or somewhere where I can spend some of my money on more weapons? Because as you said, the place where I am is not equipped of turning the arm of the
Hook monster.
bird hook monster into a weapon.
Correct.
Now it's a bird hook monster.
And
This
I want
this town is a little. It's more of a farming town. Think of this as like the small town in every Wild West movie, except it's in like Europe instead of Arizona.
so they drink tea here.
Small like farming community. The closest thing they have to weapons is like the constable and like his 2 or 3 constable guys all have like short swords.
So-
Nothing super fancy, and those are the only weapons in the town. So you're more likely to find longbows, multi-use tools and weapons and stuff like that. So if you wanted a pitchfork, this guy's got like racks and racks of them. But if you
Can I throw a pitchfork?
want a pitchfork or not,
Okay, then I guess I bring Kor back and I plop him in the cart, and I'm like, where's Lami? Where'd my
so,
scaly friend go?
Val and Maury, you guys see the Goliath come back with just an unconscious dwarf, dressed in what is clearly some sort of dwarven. He's got like dwarven holy symbols on him. He looks like some kind of cleric. He's definitely religious of some kind. He's breathing very shallowly, and he looks like a body. Y'all are both familiar with death. You've seen bodies.
Yep.
But this guy is still breathing. And if you guys want to get a closer look at him when he gets dumped, because he's if you want to take a closer look at him while he's in the back of the cart, let me know. You can roll for it.
Sure. I'll just kind of peer over, kind of cradling my cock, just kind of looking at him. I'll take him. Is this man actually alive?
Yes.
He's alive. Oh, I didn't know that question was in character.
Yeah, sorry.
So while you're looking at him, give me
I have a funny voice like, is he alive? Up the stairs, Victor.
give me a give me a medicine check, my friend.
Medicine. So what is that? Wisdom?
That'll be so D20 plus wisdom. Yes. You're
And
not-
your character,
Wait.
he's not proficient. Okay.
Okay, so medicine is a skill. So do I do +2 or do I do my wisdom? plus
it's the same number. So you'll roll the D20 and you're still adding 2. You're if you were proficient in medicine, you would add your proficiency bonus onto that,
Oh, I got you.
which is why your insight is +4.
I rolled a 6.
He's alive. Like he's just it's almost like he's in a very deep sleep. His breathing is just very, very shallow. You do notice his color is off. He doesn't look as healthy as a dwarf should. He looks vaguely gray, which is not a good color on a dwarf. So
This man definitely doesn't look healthy. Are you guys sure? Want to take him along with us? This is a long ride.
Well, the goal is to get him healed where we are going. So in order to do that, we would need him where we're going, which is to Thoringar.
Corinvor.
Corvinvold.
Corvinhold. What's this place called? I should write it down.
Corinvor.
Dwarf. Place of dwarves.
KHOROM -VORE.
Corumvor.
That'll be on the spelling bee later in the session.
I'm failing that anyway, so I'm not going to study.
So, while you guys are all gathered around the cart, our good buddy Lamy is going to mosey on into sorry, he's going to mosey into the longer pike inn.
The longest
and-
pike.
Inside, wood is still there are still parts of the bar that are unstained and unvarnished, where it's just exposed hardwood. It's fairly quiet and it's early in the day, but there's one person at the bar, and he's got varnish and he's working on finishing the bar top itself, so drinks. He's basically trying to protect the bar top as quick as he can.
I thought he was sitting at the bar just like drinking varnish. I thought that's what was happening for a second.
Every once in a while, like you'll see him take the can and just be like, and put it down and keep painting.
Just like
He's
every
not-
other
he's-
computer in the world.
He's not above giving it a little sniff every once in a while, but he's definitely like very studiously finishing the bar, and he hears the door shut, and he goes, "Mind the bar! Don't sit there yet. It's still wet. Go sit at one of the tables over there. I'll be right with you." Doesn't look up from what he's doing.
I'm just not going to take the social cue, and I'm going to go stand right behind him and wait.
Should breathe fire on him.
He keeps going and dunks his brush. I told you to, and he turns and he's staring like right at your chest. He goes, "I told you to." What do you want?
I'm going to say, I need 2 things. Right now, I need a drink immediately. Can I get that?
What's the other thing?
I need a whole barrel of drink, preferably mead.
I can do the barrel or the little drink. Which one do you want?
The barrel will do.
Fine. Puts the brush down, takes his can, walks behind the bar with the can. He starts moseying around, like moving stuff around behind the bar, and he pops open a trap door that's behind the bar. And he goes, "You want mead?"
Yes.
Don't burn the place down until I get back.
How do you even know it was me?
As he's going down, you hear, "You're the only dragon in town." So, a couple minutes go by. You hear the sound of barrels getting shifted around. At one point, you hear a cat squeal. Doesn't really make any sense, but whatever. He comes
It's
up
funny.
and he's got 2 quarter kegs on either shoulder.
Mhm.
Orders.
And he walks around the bar and sets them on one of the tables further into the tap room. Puts his hands on his hips. He goes, "All right. Pick one." He
Well, I
takes a
want
step.
both. They're not very big.
Por qué no los dos?
All right. And he looks up. Look, he's running math. He goes, "That'll be 60 gold for both of them."
That's extortion.
You're right. I should have gone straight for blackmail. That'll be 75 for the 2 of them.
Oh, intimidate him.
The extra 15 is to finish, is so I can replace the bar from the last one.
I'm gonna look at him.
Are you?
I'm gonna go for an intimidating look here. I'm gonna like puff up my chest,
Just blow some fire.
do a nostril flare, a little bit of smoke, and I'm gonna look at him and say, "That'll be 2 gold, or you might need a longer pike."
He looks at what's your give me an intimidation check. See what you got.
23.
Wow.
Damn. He's looking at you and he's mad, but the puff is like he's staring up at you and he's not giving an inch. You flare your nostrils and you get that little jet of smoke. There's just a couple of embers in there. And his eyes get a little wider. And you see the wheel start spinning in his head. He's like, "Hold on. Is this worth it? Is this worth it? Is this worth it?" He looks at you. It's all right. I apologize for my behavior. That was very rude of me. However, I can do 10 apiece.
That's still astronomically high.
Do you know what's in these kegs?
Mead.
Mead.
Do you know what kind of mead?
Cheap swill.
Do you think I'm going to give cheap swill to the guy that can burn down my place of business like that?
I'd imagine so.
You're right. And he takes one of them and puts it behind the bar. He goes, "This, on the other hand, 7.
7 for both.
You want the cheap swill?"
Yep. 7 for both.
7 for both of the bad ones, or 7 for one of the good ones and one of the bad ones?
Whatever he had.
Well, now he has 3, so...
No, he put one of them away. So he only has the one. He's like, 7 then. And he hands you the keg of mead. He walks over, picks up the other one. He goes, would you like this one as well, or may I carry this for you?
I'll carry them
Sir.
both.
Thank you, sir. And he puts the keg in your hand. It's a little more forceful than probably necessary, but he brushes his hands on his apron that's got some varnish on it, and he goes, "Will there be anything else, sir?"
I'm
Should
just
sneeze and burn down his place of business.
holding my 2 kegs. I'm just gonna give him a big smile and say, "Nope, not today," and I'm gonna whip around and just leave.
Okay. You have a tail, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He sees the turn and takes a step back, and your tail misses him. He's just standing there, very polite and proper, and he is not happy. Like, if the camera is shooting over your shoulder as you leave, you just see him just like scowling very deeply in your direction, just like, for dragon foreign bastard coming to my neighborhood. So as Lamy leaves the bar, he sees that Lady Costin, the mayor, and also a man with a very familiar man with an eye patch, who appears to have the only decent sword in town and a badge on his chest, helping load some supplies into the cart from the mayor's house. Just a couple of rations and some stuff like that. The rest of you see big brass dragonborn come out with 2 quarter kegs of something. Just like got a big cheery grin on his face and a little bit of smoke wafting out of one of his nostrils as he walks towards you.
You Sharon?
Oh,
What was that say?
oh,
You Sharon?
that's a little deeper than the one you had
I
earlier.
can't even understand it. It's so dark.
We took one
you
step
say-
past it.
You
Huh?
Sharon?
Oh.
Maybe. I'm gonna put my 2 kegs in the cart. Say, it's not a trip without drinks.
Where'd you get those?
over at the pub over there. You should go get yourself 2 as well.
I'm getting one.
You
And
see-
saunter off I go.
You see the barman followed, like, is standing in the doorway, and he sees Lythar like put the kegs down, and the Goliath's like, huh? And he looks and Verona makes direct eye contact with the barman, and the barman, like, you see, like, his face goes white, like a sheet. And he takes a step back and he slams the door shut, and there's a sign that he flips to closed and drops the blinds.
Oh. Sad.
That's great.
Yes, back to the cart I go. Sad. Can I whip an axe? No, then the axe would have to stay there. I want to keep my axe.
Oh my God. Can I rage at this moment? Rage!
I rage.
Rage throw. So yeah. Unless anyone else has anything to do in town, you can.
Wait, so you said this town would sell stuff more like longbows and whatnot.
It would sell like bows. It would mostly sell like arrows.
So
Getting a bow made is a long, arduous
Yeah.
process in this part of the woods.
So this is like a general question for D&D. Like, so we have our starting weapons, like, like longbow. Like,
Mhm.
in your playthroughs, like, is there any such thing as like a specific type of, like, a specific weapon that like could do more damage, or is that like with bonuses and stuff, or is it usually just like
There will be magical weapons. There might be a very specific bow that like gives a bonus to damage or a bonus to X, Y, or Z better than what you have.
right?
That you can kind of stumble upon through your
Okay.
adventures.
You gotta be careful with magical weapons too.
You have to be careful what the sites stumble upon. That's a rough one.
All of these things are correct. So if everyone's ready, y'all can schlep right up. Thal, do you want to be driving since you are proficient with land vehicles?
That's a thing?
Yeah, he's a soldier.
It is.
He drives carts. Part of his job.
Are there air vehicles?
There are what?
Are there air vehicles?
There can be.
Mm.
If y'all ask nicely, we can whip up an airship and we'll make that happen.
Ooh, a war balloon. Be like Zuko, trying to keep it up.
That's the
Whoosh,
most
whoosh.
war balloon. That's the least ominous thing I could think of. A war balloon. We go to war against Chuck E. Cheese.
In the war balloon.
So it's like a war pinata. So anyway, so y'all are in the cart. You're just kind of trucking. You guys start heading west towards.
Am I walking? Because I'm a big boy, so I do
you're,
walk
You're at a steady, gentle pace.
because I big boy.
I mean, I'm big too.
Big.
I should be walking.
I could carry Lami.
You
I'm
can
6
carry the
foot.
cart.
This is a very. I'm worried about your relationship with Lami. Just a little bit.
He's my
Does
tiny.
he sit on your
friend.
shoulder?
There's some. I'm worried. I'm worried about where this is gonna go.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Lythar and put him on my shoulder.
What?
He's
I
in the
thought I was-
cart.
I'm in the cart.
Oh, I'm gonna pick him up out of the cart and put him on my
Put
shoulder.
him on your shoulder.
You can always tell him no and see if he listens because he likes you.
Yeah. So like, are you gonna just announce this, or are you just gonna try to do it? Like,
I'm
this
gonna
is
try to
consent-
do it, and then you can
you
be
just-
like, "Nah, fam."
So I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, an arm comes in the window and tries to grab my tunic, and is like, "Yo, let's go outside." And I'm
I would
like,
assume it's an open top cart. We aren't that
It's like a farmer's
fancy.
cart.
"Okay."
Mhm.
It's not a covered
That
wagon. It's not a
fancy.
carriage.
We not
It's
that
like-
fancy.
It's like a farmer's cart. You would load
Okay.
potatoes in the back where the dwarf is right
Because dwarf equal potatoes confirmed.
now.
Yes.
Not wrong.
Mm.
But yeah, so
Lythar's like flinches and is like, "What?" and grabs his hand. He's just like, "Please, friend, I don't want to be carried."
Sad.
You just stop trying.
Yeah, I just say sad and then like
Goliaths understand consent.
mopely. Yep.
And
Consent is attractive.
he says sadly, say,
Oh, what a wink.
"Don't
dude.
worry, friend. I'm just a little hungover from the night before. Remember, we were drinking a lot and eating a fuck ton of shit."
I'm proud of you, little friend. I smack the side of the cart because I like to smack things. Smacking is sexy. What?
You need to work on your wink. It just looks like you have a tick, like a facial tick. So while y'all are schlepping your way along, Ronan's walking alongside the cart. Lythar, you're riding in the cart with the dwarf. Maury,
I am
are
on the
you-
driver's side of the cart.
Okay. Maury, are you in front seat, back seat? Where are you in your giant shiny metal thing
On the
hanging out?
floor.
It's cock.
I'm chilling in the back.
Okay. Facing the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Feet dangling like they always do.
Along with his third leg. Just
He makes the chicken walk.
Giant cock.
And so
Makes a chicken walk.
Lami, where are you parked in this thing?
Wherever I fit,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
you're in the cart?
apparently.
Okay.
Hey, you could be walking if you'd like.
Nope, I'm in the cart. I'm lazy.
Okay.
I'm
So
drinking.
there's
Good. We have a drunken paladin dragon.
so Maury, you're sitting next to you got your feet dangling, you're stroking your
Cock.
chicken. Your rooster. And this big brass dragon just like parks down and the cart kind of rocks a little bit. He's holding this cask of mead. He's a little drunk. Actually,
I'd imagine I have a cup.
yeah, I can picture
Do
you-
dragons
you're
need
hold-
cups?
You're holding the keg in one hand and you're like
Rip the
pouring
top
beer.
open.
Yeah, no, there's a hole that he like punched through with his finger, and he's
yeah.
just like pouring it that way. Are you trying to get drunk, Lami?
No,
You're just trying to get a happy buzz.
just chilling.
Make a con saving throw for me.
You got it.
This will be pretty easy. So saving throws are if there's some kind of negative effect that's going to be happening. Alami is proficient in these, or no, he's not. So
He's proficient in alcohol.
he does not. He's not proficient in the con save, but he does get a +3 to his roll.
Yes.
So what'd you
So
get?
that's a 15.
Yeah, you're fine. You are settling into a nice conversational buzz. The social lubricant is flowing. Unfortunately, you're the only one being social right now. So yeah, now's a lovely opportunity if you guys want to chat with other characters or whatever.
I
You want
want
to get to know each
to.
other, or you can ride in awkward silence for the next like 4
So-
days.
I was gonna say,
We have options.
so Lythar's in the cart, and Brandon's driving.
Hmm.
He's
Thou.
driving it, right?
That was
Who's
driving.
driving?
Thou.
Yeah.
Thou? Yes. Thou. Thou was driving, and I realized this. Kind of just like, I don't want to be near this guy. So I scoot to the back, like closer to the gnome. I'm also facing the same direction he is. Just ask him, I'm like, what is a gnome doing?
What?
Did Kendrick just like unplug his microphone as that was
You have
happening?
to rest our more quiet. Yeah, he's leaving him. I hit a bump and I kicked him off.
Shuffled him out, yeah.
What just happened? Did my mic kick out?
You got super. You're like, and I sit next to the dome, and all of a sudden,
Oh shit, really?
yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I hit it.
very funny.
No, I asked him. I'm like what's a gnome doing out here? Because I don't want to be near the orc. I'm trying to start a conversation with the gnome.
So
I overhear you, but I tend to ignore it.
at the moment I'm like still like petting my little toy. All right. So and then all of a sudden I just kind of like grab its neck and I twist it off and I pop it up. And then I start packing it away in a bag. I like start taking off its legs and stuff. Yeah, I'm a traveling tinker. Right? I really
So it's a
enjoy-
toy chicken.
I enjoy my gadgets. You should say. So I'm traveling around trying to find any kind of new gadgets around the area, something that might pique my interest.
Lythar looks at him puzzled, like, oh. Tinker.
Just kind of like taking apart its wings and stuffing it into a bag.
Ronan overhears the story and canters behind the wagon and says, "Have you heard of these? What are they called? Fucking automatons? Some shit."
You don't actually know the name for them. Your character, I don't think your character.
No, I don't actually.
Mhm. You can try to describe it to to your new friend.
I don't know if my character ever saw them. They were just like in my feet, and then
You might have seen them as you were leaving.
are they little robot spooters? Is that the idea?
They're four-limbed, basic. For those of you who have played Portal, it's like Atlas, where it's like that center sphere with the eye and four limbs coming out of it that can be used kind of intermittently
Oh,
or as needed as arms or legs, except much smaller and lots of them.
okay. Have you seen any of these robot spider clank thingies? This is directed at Mori. I have to check my cheat sheet.
That's why we take notes.
Robot spider thingies. It's very specific.
Mm.
I-
Yeah,
Honestly,
they're little robot guys, and they have four limbs. They scamper around, and somewhere in my feet, and it made doors open. You know, doors that they would open when I would come near them, and then my unconscious dwarf friend electrocuted me through my nipple, I might add, and it fried the robots out of my feet, and then the doors wouldn't open anymore.
Right. I go back to putting my cock away.
I'll take that as a no. And then I walk around to the front of the wagon, up by the horses.
I kind of lean over to Kendrick. What's your dude's name?
Lythar.
Yeah, I lean over.
I
to
guess you
Lythar.
could also, yeah.
Is he crazy? Is there something wrong with him?
This new friend, there's nothing wrong with him. He's a good guy. There's just he's not lying. He's just he's crazy in the best way possible.
Gotcha.
Why you always lying?
And
You monetized.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was writing something down. I was like, what?
How dare you write things down? See, if you had a webcam, we would know!
Right. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna lean kind of like over the side and direct my attention over to what the heck is your guy's name, Chris?
Ronan.
Ronan Lythar. And then what's the other one?
Lami.
Lami,
Lami.
because I
right.
can't actually
No one
pronounce.
can. It's not.
Okay.
The
So
fuck
I'm gonna-
salami.
So, large man. Did
What?
these robots, were they walking around on 2 feet or 4 feet?
That's a question that actually I don't know. I always assumed that they crawled, but now I see this picture of Atlas, so now I don't know. Do they crawl?
Perhaps one of your party members that's also in the back of the wagon can provide input.
Perhaps
Spiders.
Lami could give you a better description.
They're like small little metal spiders. They run around and they everywhere
4
they go.
legs?
There's a lot of them, and they move very quickly.
Interesting. So I take out like a little notepad. Like, where did you find this thing? Where did
It's
you
like
see
an
it?
Amazon Kindle notepad or like an iPad?
It's like a paper one.
Wi-Fi hasn't been invented yet.
Ah,
Free Wi-Fi on the cart.
The chicken is
fancy
actually
cart.
hotspot.
Yeah, the chicken's almost hot spot. That's why his head comes off.
You gotta choke the chicken first before you take the head off.
So I just asked Lami where he found them, where he saw them. I don't know if you guys know.
Where I found them,
Yeah, where'd you guys find them?
that town. We found them in that town.
They were in town and I missed.
There was at least one of them in town.
That's a shame. I write down the name of the town and I just put my notebook away.
which was? I don't know.
I don't know the name of the town.
Neither do I.
Neither do I. We'll
Okay.
check the DM later.
The town of the Longer Pike Inn.
Yeah.
Pikesville.
Pikesville.
Welcome to Pikesville. May I take your order? So well, at the mention, like you guys start talking about these animatrons, these automatons, and somebody make me. Actually, everyone give me a perception check. All 5 of you.
How do I do that?
So
Just roll your d20.
roll a d20. And then add whatever your perception bonus is. So
I have
thou
a
you had
0
nothing.
plus. So I got a 10.
Got 17.
I got a 23.
An
Oh,
11
Wait.
for me.
What am I rolling? Precision?
Perception.
Perception.
So D20 plus 2.
where the fuck is the 20?
I got a nat 20.
There you go.
Dope.
You're the
Okay.
most perceptive.
So as you're talking about it, you hear, you and Lythar hear, the dwarf's breathing change. You hear it start. It gets raspier. Kind of like it sounds kind of like a metal file running across like a piece of steel. Like it's just a little hint of metallic raspiness going to it. And you turn and look, and that gray that you saw when you looked at the dwarf the first time, that gray pallor he has, you're starting to see brighter streaks running sort of up through his beard. You're starting to see like metallic streaks on his skin.
It's turning into a toaster.
I'm just like he's still gray. But it feels like the condition has progressed, and you're starting to see like little threads of silver in his skin.
Only Maury and I see this.
Only Maury and you see that. Everyone else didn't really notice the change in breathing.
So I'm gonna say Lythar sees this and kind of like gets a little closer to Maury and like kind of whispers and just says like, let's not speak let's not speak of this again. We'll talk about this later when the dwarf is not around. Because I'm thinking in Lythar's mind, he's like, oh, we're talking about them. They're listening to us. They're going to try to kill him quicker. That's my thinking. So I'm just like, let's stop talking about it. I'll tell you later.
Are you sure your friend is like? It seems like he's about to die. Are you sure you just want to ignore this?
I can't do anything about this. What do you mean? I ain't no healer.
Can Maury though? What's Maury do? We don't even know. Maury could be a part specialist and could like shove his hand up Core's butt and pull out the robot.
Oh.
All right. So, regardless of
Sends in his cock.
Lythar's suggestion, I'm gonna go over and check out the door.
So it looks from what just kind of looking at him, his hands, he still it looks like he's wasting away, like physically, like he looks smaller and frailer than he was when you put him in the cart. So whatever's wrong with him appears to have progressed. The metal is the metal's new. You haven't quite seen anything like it. The closest thing you can kind of see is like it would look like filigree or something that you would put into one of your pieces that you had made. Just like a little extra detail work and everything. And all of this metalwork seems to be following more prominent veins in his body. It's all internal, but you can see it starting to kind of shine through the beard, especially like on the body in thinner places, where blood vessels are closer to the surface. Yeah. Do you have any questions about it?
So,
What would you like to know?
if I kind of like touch his face just a little bit till like where it's like the face is like glowing or whatever, is it going to be like metallic or is it like still?
It feels very cold, and it still feels like skin. It's still flexible and a little bit malleable. Like you can grab his cheek and like still do stuff with it. But it is much colder than skin should be. But it's still perfectly malleable, like any other dwarf that you've done that to.
Grab their face.
Which I don't know how many times has your character grabbed a dwarf? How many times has Marg grabbed a dwarf by the face and given it a shake?
Right. Probably not very often.
Okay. But it seems to match with the few times you've done it.
All right, I'm gonna go back and sit down, and I'm gonna turn to Thal. I'm gonna say, Thal, can this thing move any faster? Our friend seems to be taking a turn for the worse.
I can speed it up a little bit more, but it's still going to take us a while to get there.
So, did you add your fourth skill after we added the your back? Yeah, you did. I just had to refresh. So if you wanted to, you can do you could do an animal handling check with advantage to get the horses to go a little faster because you have experience with that. You're proficient with driving carts like that.
Is there any way
is
I
that
could
still a
do an
D20?
animal handling check?
Well, he's driving the cart. You could assist
I'm
him.
good with I'm good with animals.
He's the assist would only give advantage,
2 rolls, right?
which he already has.
Mm,
Is that still a D20?
So that you'll roll 2d20s, add your bonus to it. So you'll add 2, and then whatever result is higher is the one you'll take. So like if you roll like a 16 and a 14, you'll take
Okay,
whatever
so I
die is
got-
higher.
First roll was 20, so it's 22.
Oh, that's a nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nat 20s and nat 1s are slightly different in how they work. Give me
That one
just-
means you're boned.
Getting that one bad.
Yeah, that one bad.
What does that mean? I'm so out of this.
So you know how you have your little bonus?
Yeah.
A nat 1 is when you just roll a 1, and then a nat
Is
20
short for-
is when you actually like roll the 20. Because like I could roll an 18, and then with my bonus I would get a 20. But a natural 20 is basically like, boom, you're done, you're good,
You did it.
you did
it.
it.
Is a critical success.
Yes.
Or critical fail.
So
Mhm.
when,
Being a 1.
Okay, so nat 1 would be a critical fail, is what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yes.
correct. So like when Zach was trying to trying to run the electricity through everybody, he rolled a nat 1. So something disastrous was about to happen, and that was my choice of cook the kids
Gotcha.
or give him cancer.
Robot cancer.
We didn't cook the kids
Mm.
because that would have been a
Didn't
really.
start the fire.
There are very few times where I have to like have that conversation with myself. Do I cook the children? So yeah, you nat 20 that animal handling check, so you're golden.
So I get
you are-
along, little doggy.
Yeah, you are.
The doggies got along.
Wow, you are super confident that you can drive these horses steadily, but you can pick up the pace a little bit and shave off a lot of time. Because it's about a week to walk with the horses. You can go. Typically,
Body
that would
break
cut
for
down
me.
to. That'll cut like 4 days off your. That'll cut your travel down to 4 days at a slow walk in this cart. You're pretty sure you can cut that down to like 3, maybe 2 if things continue to go well.
Okay.
You will need to stop to camp and let the horses rest, but you'll be able to cover a lot of ground in that time. And
Nice.
because you rolled super well, nobody's gonna fall out of the cart. Like,
sweet.
it's just a super easy, steady, like
The no make and fly out the back. Whee!
it's just like
And the
it's,
wood elf too.
nobody honestly notices except for Maury, who told you we should probably speed up. Nobody notices that the ride's gotten faster. It's that smooth. It's like when you're driving and the difference between like 55 and 80 is not that big of a difference once you're at highway speed. that's basically where you're at. You're picking up a steady pace and you're just trucking.
Gotta go fast.
I didn't realize how slow 30 feet in 6 seconds was. That's only like 3.4 miles per hour.
You're not. That is at a walk. Outside of combat, you can sidle up to more of a jog. Also, you have a massive stride once you get like ahead of speed. However, it takes you like a quarter mile to slow to a stop. That's why elephants aren't wind sprinters.
So,
We dwarves are natural born sprinters. Very dangerous over short distances.
Dwarves are shot puts if you do it right.
Wow.
So yeah, you guys kind of pick up the pace and keep on cruising. You guys left like the sun was up. It was like mid-morning, so like 9:00. And you guys, snack in the car. There's like some trail food and stuff you guys are munching on
and mead.
and
Oh,
mead.
we got plenty of mead.
Are you
Anybody want
sharing the
some
mead?
Anybody want some mead?
Oh, I'll take some meat.
One
I
is
shouldn't have
crappy
any
and
mead.
one-
I'm driving.
One barrel is crappy and one barrel is good. I don't know which one's which. And I
I'll
don't
go
really
with
know
the
why.
crappy one. I'll go with the open one.
So here you go.
I'll just take the barrel and put my mouth on the hole and just and give it back.
It's
Strange.
So as you guys keep on moving, the sun. You've been traveling for probably a good 8 hours. So it's like 6:00 in the afternoon. You guys are the sun is starting to go down.
So this is like a summer 6 o'clock, not a winter pitch black 6 o'clock.
Correct.
'Kay.
This is probably like
Those are important information.
It's like it's midsummer because the longer pike inn was mostly empty because
Because school wasn't in session.
harvest season. They're approaching harvest season, and so there's a lot of prep work to be done. But as you guys are trucking, the sun is setting down in front of you in the west, and you pull up to just like there's a cleared spot on the side of the road that has wagon tracks running through it where people have pulled off and camped for the night. If you want to stop, you can, or if you want to keep trucking through the night, you can if you want to.
Well, that's up to the driver.
We'll stop. We'll stop.
You'll pull the cart on over and
Pull the cart over and settle down the horses.
That's for me.
Pat, eat the good pony.
so Owen's kind of hopped off the cart. You guys want to set up a campsite? What would y'all like to do at this lovely stop?
I'm going to grab a big log of a tree and drag it over and plop it down, and then I'm going to sit on it. Not vertical, it's horizontal. It's a seat
Okay.
now. Because I just walked to 8 hours.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
the
very much.
clarification.
Specificity is important.
It is.
Okay. So core.
Hence
so
the
Ronan
angle of the
decided-
sun.
Ronan has
Okay.
just decided to sit down. What would you like to do, Lamy?
I'm gonna go find some firewood.
I'm be all like,
in front of the log and the giant barbarian, and then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna light it on fire with my breath.
Mhm.
And now we're gonna have a fire on a log.
So we
right in
have
front of the log.
Yeah, not
What's it
behind
called?
us.
Backpack adventuring gear. Does that contain all the stuff we need, like tent, sleeping, and whatnot?
If you've got adventuring gear, you have a bedroll. You don't have a tent, but you have
Bedroll.
you have some food. They also packed some food for you. So
I have an iron pot.
But the sun is still up, right?
The sun is still up, but that gives you some time to get your campsite together and mosey around.
If
So
only we knew a man named Darren.
I'm just gonna So, what's his name? Ronan's sitting down, right?
Mhm.
He just pulled the fucking log out of nowhere and sat on it.
Out of my butt.
Lythar's gonna get out of the wagon, and he's gonna like look at everybody and just be like, "I'll be right back." And he's just gonna walk into the woods, just like not super far, but he's just gonna like go to his zen and like enjoy being in the woods because this way he's more comfortable.
Make sure that this chicken is well stroked. Can't do that around people.
And Thal, you're taking care of some horses.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find some water.
Okay.
So I walk off into the woods.
There's a stream running parallel to the road,
All right, then
just far
I'm
enough
gonna-
away that the horses can easily mosey over there. Or you can if you
I'll
want.
just lead. I'm gonna lead them to the water then.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, there's
tie them up.
there's some
so they don't
tallish
go anywhere.
grass, so they can graze and take a load off after a long day walk.
How horses
Mario-
eat after all no.
Mario, what would you like to do?
So I'm gonna start unpacking some stuff. I had like a bedroll
Mhm.
that was in the back of the cart. I'm gonna grab the bedroll and start unrolling it. I don't know. I'm gonna start taking some other things out of my backpack and start messing around with them,
Okay,
like
just
some
like
little tinkery things.
okay.
I
So,
want meat. I am going to go hunting. So I'm going to go off into the woods in some random direction with my javelin. And I'm going to go look for something that I can stab and bring back and cook on the fire.
God, I hope he gets an earthworm.
okay.
Why couldn't we have some meat?
Ronan, give me a stealth check to run
Bruh,
into the woods and try to
I'm the
stealth.
stealthiest.
He actually is,
I'm...
'cause he's not at full plate.
Oh yeah, so I got +2, so I got 17.
Okay. So you guys see this 7-foot tall guy just be like, meat. Grabs his javelin. And
It's like that Homer Simpson meme where he leans into the hedge and then comes back out.
a little less subtle because he's sneaky. He moves very quietly for being 7 foot and 400 pounds. However,
I
that's
think 300 pounds.
he moves quietly for being
310 pounds, thank you very much.
okay. I'm sorry, 3 of me. 3 of me
Does he-
stacked on top of each other, and also having drank a lot of meat and done a lot of walking. What was your question, Kendrick?
Does he go like anywhere near the direction where Lythar went, or is it like the completely opposite way?
I don't know.
I'm gonna stab Kendrick.
Found an elf. Meat.
Are you so Ronan,
Well,
did you go in the same direction as Lythar,
No.
or
No.
you went?
So
Just the
if here's our road and our stream was on this side,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna assume Lythar went over here, and I'm gonna go like
Yeah.
over
Okay,
that
so
way.
you kick off that way.
Mhm.
Everyone's just kind of
To avoid any random stabbings.
nonsense. Where's the rest of your everybody's gear? Is it all still in the wagon?
Yeah, my stuff's still in the wagon.
For the most part, yeah.
I brought my
You
my weapons and stuff, like everything. Yeah, like with me, my backpack and everything.
Okay, so you got all
I brought
your
it
kit.
with me. Yeah.
Ronan, where's your kit? Where's your gear?
I guess besides my axes and javelins still in the cart.
Mhm.
Because I took my axes and my javelins
To go hunting.
javelin to go skewer meat.
The only thing I
I'm
took with
wearing
me
mine.
Okay,
with the horses was my long sword.
just keep it. I feel like you keep that belted on you most of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So while you guys are, sorry, I'm doing a quick drawing for me.
I know why he's doing a drawing.
Just so I
Uh-oh.
can remember where everybody is.
Can I use my coyote call?
Oh no.
Are you hunting coyotes?
No. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you will be disappointed. There are no coyotes in this chunk of woods.
Sad.
So
Just
wow.
Kendrick's.
Well, everybody's kind of moseying around, kind of doing their own thing. The sun dips below the horizon. Get a gorgeous sunset kind of following. Like if you could just look up the road and see every single color in your sunset. It slowly fades into that violet, into that indigo, and then into black. And the moon comes out. There's just enough light from the moon that you can see into the woods away from the fire. And Ronan has had no real success with finding anything at this time of night.
So back I mosey? Sneakily? Back? Without stabbing Lythar?
Do you want to sneak back? Do you want to just mosey? Do you want to walk back? Do you want
I guess I'm gonna walk back because I left my torch with my stuff, and since it's dark, I want my torch. So I'm gonna start walking back. I don't know how far away I went. I went somewhere. I don't think so. I'm just a dude.
God.
Features and traits.
I do.
No, I have animal handling and intimidation. I have reckless attack.
Here I was. Oh God! So someone doesn't have dark vision. Thank God. Okay, so yeah, once it gets dark, you can schlep your way on back. Lythar, how long do you want to sit in the woods and get zen?
Well, I'm definitely gonna be in there until it's dark.
Which it is now dark.
It is not
It
dark.
is. You said, did you say the moon was out and clearly visible? It's not cloudy.
Yeah, it's the moon is out. It's waxing. It's a waxing crescent moon.
Ooh. Fancy.
And there's some stars. There's no real cloud cover tonight to speak of. But it's the woods. There's enough tree cover in the woods that it's true dark in the woods.
But I have dark vision, so I can see pretty decent.
You can
right?
see 60 feet as if it was daylight in pitch darkness, and you can see an extra 60 feet as if it was dim light, but you lose all color vision.
Right. So I'm gonna, once I realize it's dark and stuff, I look up at the moon, part of my Zen stuff, and then I decide I'm gonna start going back to where the camp was. But I'm definitely gonna I don't know. That's not necessarily sneak, but definitely take my time and try not to make a lot of noise.
Okay.
Not full on sneak prowl mode, but you know what I mean.
Okay. While you're on your way back, and Ronan, if I can also get this from you, can I get a pair of nature checks from you guys?
Yeah.
Chris, Ronan,
I am
can
not
get yours at
proficient.
can I get yours at disadvantage?
Oh, that's so sad. I rolled a 20. Oh.
You can't see in the dark.
And a 10. So 10, because I'm not proficient in it at all.
That's why disadvantage is the opposite of advantage. You roll 2 and take the lower.
So am I at advantage or just normal?
You're just normal.
I got 14.
Okay.
Oh wait, was that a nature check?
Yeah.
13. Sorry, 13. Fuck.
Break down one. What's did you get a 10 on the die?
Yeah.
Okay.
I too
So
got
yeah.
a 10 on it. Wow.
As you guys are kind of schlepping back, you notice that there's something's been through here recently
Oh no.
that doesn't fit everything else around you. And it seems like there's a things are moving around in these woods in a weird way. There's a lot of there's a
the
distinct
ants.
lack of prey animals.
Right.
It's the ants.
Mhm.
Can't figure out what it is.
I'm going to detect magic.
Okay.
Because I'm a barbarian who can do that.
Good reason, Chris.
Hmm.
There's no magic.
No magic?
There's magic coming from the gnome.
Oh, are gnomes magical?
Uh,
This gnome is.
this particular gnome is magical. His mechanical components are glowing. It is not the same glow that was on the little automatons.
Okay, different glow.
It is a different kind of magic, but it is a similar mechanical magic. So think of it as the same color family, but it is not as dark. It
Okay.
is not a dark gray magic. It is
As I am still spooky, I'm spooky boy. I am going to #hustle back to camp.
Goliath using hashtags is exactly what I needed with this. Okay, so yeah, you and this is as you guys are coming back to camp, you notice that things are a little funky.
Like they smell funky.
So, Ronan, you start like sprinting back, or you're just like jogging?
A
Like,
light
when you
jog,
realize
which
this,
is
like-
most people's sprints, apparently.
Okay.
He's got big feet.
I'm a speedy boy.
When Lythar realizes all this, he picks up the pace a little bit, but it's not jogging. It's just more like efficient walking, if you know what I mean.
Power walking.
Pretty much. Not yeah.
I was unrolling my bedroll and I heard the thumping and kind of perked up.
Wink.
You see a
See a
7
big
foot
dark
tall
figure just running towards
like-
us.
Wait.
Goliath, moving casually, but too casually.
Can Fowl see in the dark? Being half
Yeah.
orc? Okay.
I literally think you're the only one who doesn't have dark vision.
I'll
How
have to
far
find
away are you though? Because like
I don't even
I think
know.
I only see out like 60 feet. So
Mhm.
if you're further than that,
Well, because there is also a fire going, so you don't have to worry about that as much because you guys are still
Yes.
kind of around the fire.
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, we did.
So how far am I like back now?
You're back in like you're back at camp. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like you and Lythar have worked your way back to camp.
Okay.
Unless Lythar wants to take a little more time in the woods.
Hmm?
Yeah, I'll take a little bit.
Okay.
Like, I definitely think he gets there before I get there.
Mhm. So I am going to announce and say, everyone, there's something wrong with these woods. There's something's weird. Something's been here. Not with me. No, I'm fine. But something's just off. Yes, I am sure. Also, our gnome's cock is magical. I deduced that. So we should be on our guard as far as camping here tonight goes.
the cock was erect.
Can Lythar arrive at the camp like in the middle of him saying all this? And Lythar walks in and he just looks at everybody and he says, "We either move or we take shifts sleeping and staying awake to protect this camp. Something has been here that does not belong here.
That's what you do. You take shifts.
Thank you, Dragon. Are you volunteering to be first?
I'll go first.
Sounds good." And Lythar lays down.
Picturing he like rolls out his bedroll and he's like, "Yep."
Yep. All right,
elbow
sounds good to
drops
me.
into bed.
Wake me up when you're done.
Okay.
So Lami can see in the dark. Yes.
I don't.
Everyone but you can, I think.
I don't
Yes.
actually think Lami does.
I have dark vision.
Do you?
He's a
Yep.
dragon. You do
What the
anything.
hell's that?
Do dragons have dark vision? I guess some live in caves.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay,
We consult the book.
the book.
'Cause I just don't see it on your character sheet, Zach or Josh. It's the only. I'm so sorry. Please,
Rest in peace. May he be remembered.
maybe something. You do not actually have dark vision.
Really?
Oh, Shit.
Dragon
Are we
Lords-
aware of this?
Oh.
For sure I did. Well,
No, apparently not.
All right. So, actually, can I do something? So, like,
I thought you just laid down to go to sleep.
yeah, you did say you're going to sleep.
He's sleep talking.
Mhm.
well, that's true. I was gonna say I had a sudden thought, but never mind. I'll go to sleep.
Uh,
A sudden that hoe over there.
Because if you wanted to be like, wait, before you like.
Yeah,
actually
that's
go to
yeah.
sleep.
So like I lay down and close my eyes, but I don't fall asleep, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I like sit up, and I look at Lami,
Mhm.
right? Lami, yes, Lami. I'm just like, can dragons see in the dark?
Well enough.
I thought looks at the barbarian. You
No.
looks at the gnome, nods his head.
Yes, yes, I can.
Yes.
Yes, I can't.
Slowly looks at the orc. Doesn't say a word, but makes obvious contact of like, and you, but does not move an inch. Just looks at him.
I just give you a very subtle nod.
Oh.
Is there anything anybody wants to do with that information?
I'm going to roll out my sleepy bag by the fire.
God damn it!
That's-
The big boy's
New
gonna.
Just be like, woof! And just flop it on the ground and
One of those times where casting one of your spells as a ritual might be a really good idea.
casting one. My only spell is detect magic.
That's not
Except
true.
I'm not talking to you, Rowan.
Oh,
It's
on
not
here.
true, but continue.
who has magic things? The gnome.
What magic things do I have?
The battlefield is safer when you don't know the gnomes have arms.
Do you have like a shield or something you can put up?
Oh yeah, do that thing from Harry Potter that makes them invisible.
Big bubble.
I have alarm. Does an
You're a
alarm?
princess,
Ooh.
Harry.
Yeah.
You're a princess, Harry. Yeah, it can be like the scene in Predator when the boar comes in and he's all like, stab, stab, and the blood's like, bleh, bleh.
What?
I gotta read it. Hold
I
on.
don't know where he's going with this.
Yeah,
Because the
I
alarm.
don't going this either.
There's an alarm. There are
Yeah,
tripwires and little.
Don't remember
What?
the sound effects in the movie. That's really what's throwing me.
There were pig
All right.
squeals.
Choose an area within range that is no larger than a 20-foot cube. It's not very big.
So you should tell us to get within a 20-foot cube. Or cast like 8 of them around us. How many spell slots do you have?
I have 4. 4.
So, but because this is a ritual, he can take 10 minutes and set up an alarm.
This-
If you don't want to put it necessarily on the party, because they all are spread out a little bit, you could probably put it on the wagon. Says the voice in your head.
Okay. So I kind of like shuffle my bedroll over a little bit, still close to the fire, but like in between the wagon and the fire. So it's in like a 20-foot area of it. Right. And then I go ahead and I'm going to cast alarm, which for me is a tiny bell that I'm going to string across a tiny little wire. And I pull out a tiny little bell and I make the wire kind of like loop around, and like the bell somehow is like kind of next to my head.
Mhm. So are you
Sorry.
doing an audible alarm or are you doing a mental alarm?
It's an audible alarm.
So wake me up.
So y'all see this like this gnome basically set up a tripwire around the wagon, so that if anyone tries to get in and monkey with stuff in the wagon, it's gonna set this thing off.
Would have been nice to have told us about that. Little friend.
Little
It's,
friend.
it's a little bit of a precaution.
Hmm. I roll over in my bedroll. I roll in my bedroll.
Don't mind me.
And-
I'm just rolling things.
Go to sleep.
I'm gonna start falling myself.
Hashtag short rest.
Short rest is an hour.
You want a long rest, Chris?
Yeah, you guys wanna do a long rest, but so first shift is Lami. Lami, give me a perception check.
Are you blowing onion rings?
Yes,
I was
I
just
am.
happening. Yeah, well, that's so cool.
That's
Oh,
gonna
what
be
onion
a
rings?
15 there.
All's quiet. Nothing too exciting.
Quiet's good.
You're able to tune out the snores without too much trouble. Rodin's snores are especially impressive because he somehow he's put his head at the end of the hollow out log that he's using as a tree, and so he's basically turned it into a giant didgeridoo. A snore powered didgeridoo. The amount of air flowing through this thing is absolutely ridiculous.
That's great.
Everyone poops their pants.
Oh, look.
Hello.
Oh look, it's a wild Zach.
You're in a coma.
You're,
Oh,
you're in a
natural.
coma.
Back of the wagon.
You're in a coma in the back of a wagon right now.
Nice.
You're
Hi,
dying.
Coma Zach.
You're dead
Oh,
to
there's
us.
Maggie.
There's Maggie.
Who wants second pick?
Do I?
Who does Lami pick for second?
I'll
shift?
say yeah. Does he pick?
Ooh, I have a choice. I just get to wake somebody up. I'm gonna wake up Lythar because I know he's moderately reliable.
I'll take it.
I barely know the other two, and I know that the barbarian is not reliable.
Well, you can't see in the dark, so
I can't see him. Neither can he.
that's true. But he's a dragon, so like shit goes
Oh,
down. But
Okay.
so you, how do you wake me up?
Pee on
I'm
him.
gonna walk over to him and just kind of gently kick him.
You're gonna kick me? Are you serious?
Very gentle.
Yeah.
Gently
Just
nudge.
So like a little nudge with the boot.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the shape of
They
Italy?
got big boots though.
You say gently kick. I imagine like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
go
there he
kick him.
goes.
Bye, Zach.
Isaac.
We'll miss you.
Tell him bye. Tell him bye,
Oh, over there
goddammit.
somewhere.
Don't tell him that.
He's all the way at the door. That's so
Oh.
far.
Oh, there's Meg.
So
Where's Megan? Hi, Megan.
Maggie, get out of here.
No, I did not feed the cat yet.
No, I did not. You can't
You
leave a cat in the
monster.
responsibility of DP.
I blame Zach.
So
I
yeah,
blame Zach.
Lythar.
It's not even my
give
cat.
me a perception check.
Alright.
Oh, it's just blame Zach.
Uh-oh. What up? I got a 9.
Okay. Yeah. Everything-
Moderately reliable.
Everything seems quiet. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Too
All
quiet.
All right. I need to get a drink. That's what I need.
So Lythar, your shift wraps up. Who do you want to wake up?
I was gonna pick the gnome, but he just walked.
So you can try to wake up the gnome and give him a poke, and he's not responsive. Do you wanna try and wake him up again? Or do you want to wake up somebody else?
Can I wait for him to get back? Because I really want to wake up the gnome.
Sure.
Why you don't want to wake me up?
I'm gonna grab a drink while he's grabbing a drink.
Yeah, this sounds like an excellent opportunity.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say he can see in the dark. I'm thinking gnome reliable. I don't know how I feel about this half orc motherfucker. I'm gonna go potty.
Oh, everybody's gone. Holy crap.
Yeah, everyone's taking this as a pee and or coffee break. But you are next in the rotation to wake up for guard duty. So Lythar's going to come over and try to wake you up.
Gotcha. So nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing happened. Okay. Is the gnome awake?
Who's supposed to be waking me up? Kendrick?
Yeah, Kendrick's waking you up.
Kung Fu Kenny.
I will eventually remember everybody's names.
That it also helps because like I know everyone's names because I have you all on my second monitor in tabs, and so I can just like
It is helpful.
so I can see what all your skills are and make sure everything makes sense.
Doing this on a computer is really nice. Gotta admit. It's like
Yeah.
I can see everybody's faces on my left side, and then I got all my information on my right side. It's nice.
What I didn't know how much I'd like it with webcams because I was like, oh, it's not fun. You don't get to like actually interact with people, but it's been pretty good so far.
I really like this. This is a lot of fun.
Is that cheese, Chris? Nice.
I've got 2 of them.
The aggressive mustache really like does weird things to that for me.
I had to get like mustache waxy stuff because when I wake up, it's like out here. Also, I forgot to like trim it before No Shave November, so now it just like goes in my mouth just all the time.
Yeah, story of my life.
Oh.
I have like they're almost like fucking fangs that go like straight down from my nose.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate it.
From like the ridges of your lip.
Mm-hmm. So DP, when were you at IUP? Oh,
The same time you were at IUP.
Oh, he's also got string
Okay.
cheese.
Mm.
Back.
I see you're both men of quality.
All right, I am back. I
Sweet.
choose to wake up the gnome,
Mhm.
and I instead of kicking him, I just lightly, like not shake him, but like
Seduce him.
no.
So
Actually, wait, he's a gnome. He's tiny, so like I kind of just give him a little couple poke in his back. It's probably like a lot for him.
sorry, I'm invested in this cheese.
As you should be.
So I'm gonna kind of freak out and jolt awake.
Mm.
In the process, I accidentally slap Kendrick. It's a little loud, but not too loud.
I just I react and flinch.
A little gentle gnome slap.
Yeah, a little gnome slap.
And then as soon as I figure
That's the
out
name
what's
of my
going
funk
on,
band.
I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm still like half asleep.
I kind of just sit there and I'm processing the fact that a gnome just slapped me across the face. And I just say, it's okay, little one. Wake up,
Little?
it's your turn.
You're gonna wake me up and call me little. Is that what you just did?
Yes. You just
Fair
slapped me.
I'm just about to slap you on purpose this time.
Slap him again.
Do it.
I threatened to backhand him, but I'm not gonna backhand him. I'm 4 feet tall. I'm not that short for a gnome.
How big are gnomes normally? I don't know.
They're like
I think
3
it's
to
3 feet.
3'6".
I think it's
Yeah.
3 to 4.
Okay.
Wait, your character's thing is you always say you're 4 feet tall, right? But you're not at all.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. Yeah. So you're always like, I'm at least 4 feet.
It's like every short girl you meet in college is like, I'm 4'9.3".
I'm 4 foot. It's always 4'9" and like 3/8.
Mm-hmm.
Like they get very specific about that. They're almost like carpenters.
Mm-hmm.
Mari, give me a perception check. See how the night cycle goes.
I got a 15 plus 2, so I got 17.
There were a couple of times you heard something shuffling. You heard branches moving when the wind wasn't blowing. But nothing really tripped your trigger on the firelight, and your alarm did not go off.
I hate when my alarm doesn't go off.
So your shift is ended. This will be This will be the last shift for the evening, before dawn. So who needs to get up? Who hasn't had their turn yet?
I haven't, and Brian hasn't.
So who do you want to wake up?
You don't know me very well. You know him.
Right.
I think.
I'm gonna wake up Brandon. Definitely gonna wake up Brandon.
Wake up, Brandon.
Thal.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to Thal and give him
So-
a good old nudge.
I'm a little startled, so
Mhm.
I kind of put my hand on my longsword that I
Mhm.
still have on me, and I realize that it's Mori and kind of
It's-
settle down a little bit.
It's Gnome Boy.
It's the little guy.
It's your shift, big guy.
It's the wee one.
It's the wee one
The
with the
wee-
big cock. Where's your middle cock?
Where's it, DP? Where is it?
Where's your little cock?
Put
It's
away.
in his sack, man.
He put his little cock away.
He's been
His
away
little
since
cock, I'm sorry.
he's been away since I snapped his neck off and shoved him in the back.
Choked him out. So it's the sun is starting to, the sky's starting to get a little brighter in the east. And so Mari
Crust
goes
is
back
made
to
with
his-
yeast.
Goes back to his bunk and falls asleep. Thal, give me a perception check, my friend.
Is that still a D20?
That is still a d20.
I got an 11
Okay.
because I don't have any pluses.
You also notice that you hear things rustling and moving when the wind isn't,
Are the bugbears?
and it's pretty close. It's coming from the woods all around you, but still staying a little far away from your fire.
Now, am I like sitting on something or am I just standing? What's the?
I feel like you're sitting either like on a log or you've found a decent stump or something to sit on.
You scaled a tree.
Okay, well, I think while I'm looking around and listening, I have my glaive across my legs,
Mhm.
just trying to pay attention to what's going on.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
He's
boys.
gonna
Shot
cut off his own
You
wiener.
said you had an 11
For the
for
perception.
your perception check.
So what do I do now?
So you will roll a d20
Okay.
and add your dexterity modifier to it, which is unfortunately a +0.
Oof, I got a big old 5.
Big old 5.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
So while you're sitting there and you're trying to key in on what this rustling is in the trees around you,
It's a hippogriff.
you hear a twang that you immediately recognize. It's like you recognize the sound of a bowstring snapping and firing an arrow at you.
Uh-oh.
But you don't, and you try to dive off of your seat, but you don't quite get the distance you thought you would. And an arrow comes in. Do damage on this thing. 1 second. And an arrow comes flying out of the trees in front of you and catches you basically right along the flank.
Does it stick or
It doesn't. It catches you right enough on the edge that it goes through and leaves a pretty hefty gash. And you will take 4 points of, what is that, piercing? Piercing. Yeah. So you take 4 points of piercing damage. What would you like to do? Since you're the only one
Ow!
awake.
Is everybody else asleep still? think I shout that we're being shot at, and I'm hit. To everybody that's still sleeping.
Let's see. Here. Okay.
Is there something I need to put the piercing damage in, or does it just take the
piercing? That kind of gets added in after because some things are resistant to certain types of damage. So I don't think that impacts you too much.
Okay.
But you just took the 4.
Gotcha.
So, with the sunlight coming up a little bit, and knowing where the arrow, you can kind of track back where the arrow came from, and you see a pretty low to the ground and squat looking furry humanoid with a bow and
Bugbears!
reaching for another arrow as you shout that you're under attack. Everybody roll initiative for me, please.
Oh,
Booyah!
So we're gonna do a little. Hopefully, we can rip through this combat pretty quickly.
I got 15.
Initiative.
I got a 19.
Is initiative.
So that's just a rolling d20,
So
yeah.
initiative, you'll roll d20 and add your initiative score to it.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Which is-
oh shit!
Oh, that's a plus. So I got 17?
So foul, you'll
got
add
an 11.
0. Mari, okay.
I got 23.
And Cora is still sleeping.
Yeah,
What
how's he
would the
gonna roll
initiative thing be?
Hmm?
Where would the initiative thing be on the character sheet?
That's
Top,
Push the
middle.
key bonus.
Yeah, top middle, like right next to your walking and armor class.
It's this initiative, and you'll have either a plus
Oh,
or a
I
minus.
have 19 then, plus 0.
okay.
Okay. Lythar, what was yours?
23.
Lana,
Kendrick,
what
you're
was
quiet again.
17.
23.
yours? Mari, what was yours?
11.
Rona, what was yours?
17.
Lami, and Ronit. That's a
Rami. That's our couple name.
I don't like that.
It's our ship name. Rami.
So you guys have identical deck scores.
Mhm.
Each of you roll a d20 and tell me who gets the higher result.
It's a 10 for me.
The 9 for me.
Oh,
So Lami will go first, and then Ronan. Thal, what's yours? What's your initiative?
19.
19. Holy shit. Okay. Give me 1 second to roll for these boys.
One.
-2.
Can I just say that it confused the shit out of me when I picked up this, like, in the tens die, and there were double zeros? I was like, the fuck is that? I can get a 1 and a 0? That's dumb. But then Curtis was like, yeah, we use that for 10. And I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can do percentages and shit like that if you really want to. Cool. So everybody kind of pops up. And Lythar, you get to go first.
yes.
Remember that thing that you can do, Lythar?
I know. I was thinking about that. I wrote it down. That's the first thing I wrote. That's
There's a little
the very first
post-it
thing I
note on
wrote.
your computer screen.
Ensnaring strike. No, yeah. So Lythar shoots up, grabs his bow ready, and knocks an arrow. Am I able to know where that arrow came from that fast when I wake up?
No.
No.
The main reason that Thal can figure that out is because he knows where he was facing when he got shot.
Okay.
He has a little more hands-on information with where that arrow came from.
Oh god, I have to communicate with
He's got a physical relationship with that arrow.
So I have like the arrow knocked, and I look over at Thal, and I said, "Where were you shot from?"
I guess it would be 2 feet to the left of the wagon.
Some
So like
alarm.
that would be. So you were sitting.
Because I was sitting on the other side. Well, I was sitting on the side of the wagon, like where everybody's at,
Mhm.
Fireside.
just to the
So-
fireside. So it was coming from the other side of the wagon, on the other side of the road, about 2 feet to the left if you're looking at the wagon.
You were on the roadside or the fire side of the wagon.
I was on the fireside.
Okay.
But I'm
So
saying
facing-
from the vantage point I was looking at, it was about 2 feet to the left if you were looking at the wagon. So it'd be kind of
Mads.
diagonal.
like your 10 o'clock.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock.
So like kicking off to the side of the wagon.
Yeah.
So you can also just like point in the direction that it came from
You're pointing
Well,
to
as you're kind of bleeding.
Yeah.
Alright.
Holding my side with my right hand and pointing with my left.
All right. So Lythar obviously looks in that direction and draws like an arrow, like pulled back, looking and aiming, like looking around, and shouts out to Thal and says, "Get under cover. Don't need to be shot again." And I'm like searching to see this thing.
And I roll onto the other side of the log.
And
Combat roll.
Combat roll.
in like a combat turn, am I allowed to ask other things, or is that also like actions being done?
Depends on what you ask.
I was gonna
know if something's gonna be an action.
Like if I were to ask like what he saw, like if he saw what shot him or whatever.
Yeah, you can ask him if he saw anything.
Okay.
Talking is a free action, just
Okay, I
as
just
long
wanted
as you
to
do
make
it
sure.
quickly.
So then I guess he dives behind the log. What shot you? What did you see?
It was a shadowy, furry figure on the other side of the road.
very descriptive. I
Very
like it.
descriptive. All right. Does that keen my senses at all for this search?
Give me because this, so we're in the woods. That's Core. I'm gonna get rid of Core because he's not gonna do anything this fight.
Rolls
Spoilers,
out
he's
flesh
still in a
golem, so
coma.
I'm okay.
Furry flesh golems. They're made out of furries.
There's also, yeah.
Hey there, everyone. For some reason, whenever I picture furries, I think of the costume
Five-Nights at
episode from Bob's Burgers, where God, what's his name?
Give
Big
me
guy. Eats burgers all the time.
Oh, because you're. So here's the thing we forgot, Kendrick. You are in the forest, so you have natural explorer. So your
Oh.
proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills. You make an intelligence or wisdom check. So give me a perception check. And then, so instead of adding 4, you will add 6
Oh,
to whatever you roll.
god damn. I got an 8 because I rolled the 2.
You think you see the silhouette of something sort of in his direction. You think you see a little bit of movement, but you can't be entirely sure what it is.
God.
You can take the shot. You will be at disadvantage to shoot because you're not entirely sure of your target.
Nah, you never shoot unless you're absolutely sure it's a target. So I guess I just continue searching aimlessly.
You can move as your action. Like, I don't know where you were sleeping in the campsite, but
If you want to run over to the orc buddy,
You can move and do an action, can't you?
Mhm.
In combat?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I? Is there any other cover besides the cart, or is it like an open road, or is there just trees
there's
everywhere?
the cart. There's some logs, like some down logs that people were using as benches.
I provided.
You can roll behind your Goliath friend. He technically can count as cover.
Can I try to get? How far away did you say he was shot from? Like, or do I not
Um,
even know this?
It's a short bow range, which is not too.
I'm trying to
far.
decide if I want to go back to cover or like try to go up.
Uh,
I don't want to be too close for my weapon.
You can. So if you move into the woods, you will. If you move in towards the woods, I'd say you'll be able to get a better view of your target.
Okay, yeah. So then everyone else is also awake, right? Like by this point.
They're still getting up.
Okay.
But everyone seems to be moving. So yeah, if you move across the road and into the woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So once you cross the road and you're a little further into the trees, you can see the very, very familiar outline of a bugbear
Oh, jeez.
pulling another arrow, getting ready to shoot.
Oh god.
But he's not looking at you. He's looking at the half orc that he shot the first time. So now, if you want to take a shot,
Yes, I would say Lythar draws his arrow very quickly, takes aim, and
give me that
shoots.
sweet attack roll.
So that's just my dexterity bonus.
So you're using your longbow.
So it's efficiency
it's D20 plus 8.
plus 8.
Oof.
Because it's +2 for what is your dex? It's +4 for your dex, +2 for your proficiency, and +2 for your ranged attack bonus.
I got 18.
You needed
that'll
that
hit.
8.
Okay. And so you watch this arrow fly like an arrow straight at this guy. Roll damage for me, please.
And that is a 6 or
D8. 1d8 plus 4.
That'll be an 8.
Okay. So you watch this arrow just catch it right in. It's at full draw and it's ready, and this arrow just flies in and catches it in the arm that's holding his bow out, and it crumples and the bow almost hits it in the face. He just, took out the bow arm, but it manages to contract everything and starts to duck behind a tree. And so now, from the opposite side of the camp, because people are awake, but they're still kind of standing up.
Takes me a while to stand up, to get fully erect.
Ronan, as you're kind of rolling, you see the glint of something metal come flying through the air at you.
That's rude.
That's a 21 to hit.
I think they might have hit you, buddy.
I think so.
So, for those of you who haven't done combat, if you're going to attack something, you will roll a weapon attack roll, which has a certain modifier that gets added to it. That number goes up against AC or armor class. If it meets or exceeds, the attack lands. So, this unseen enemy who's throwing things beat Chris's AC, so now I get to roll damage. So,
and you can kind of figure out what enemies' armor class are by paying attention to what misses and what hits. We know that it's at least lower than an 18 because Kendrick hit, assuming that they're all the same, which Curtis said that they cannot all be the same because of how we're doing things.
Sometimes people metagame and are like, oh, it's a bugbear, here's the stats. And so I have to change it a little bit to prevent the metagamers. I think that's less of an issue now that the dwarf's in a coma. But
okay.
So this Ronan, as you're turning and sort of getting to your feet, you see this glint of metal, and you take a javelin.
A javelin?
You take a javelin in the side.
Oh no! What the
Yeah,
hell?
payback. Threw a javelin at them.
I missed. I skewered a tree.
And you will take
Got him.
7 piercing.
Oof. Okay.
Oh
So-
shit! Here's the thing. Hold on.
It wasn't its turn.
I need another d6.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
What did I say the first time? 7.
huh.
Take an additional 7.
Oh no.
14 damage.
It just out of
Bruh.
nowhere, this javelin just
I get like sneak attack damage or some shit.
Uh-oh.
Wait, so the second one hit him too?
What are you
it's-
down
It's
to?
still the same. It's still the same javelin. This
Mhm.
one javelin catches him right in the side and blindsides him because all the other yelling and screaming is on the other side of the campfire.
I'm down to 21 hit points.
And you hear it sounds almost like grunting, but it's more of a it sounds like a laugh from off in the woods somewhere.
Okay. Great.
And now it is Thal, it is your turn.
Chris, that's your turn. You stand up. Fucking fucked. Bam!
What am I doing?
It is your turn. So you can you've got a couple of, so during combat you get one movement. You get a movement and an action. You can move up to your speed, which for you is 30 feet. And then your action is anything under the actions tab. So if you wanted to get up and run into the woods, either where you saw the javelin or where you saw the arrow that shot you, you can take your turn. You can take your movement and move that far and try to find somebody and then stab them.
Yeah, I'm
Or-
gonna follow. Oh, I guess I'm running into the woods and towards where the javelin came from.
Okay. So as Ronan is like kind of clutching at his side where this javelin came from, those of you still around the fire see this half orc pop up from behind the wagon and run and kind of use his the butt of his glaive to kind of hop over this Goliath as he's on his hands and knees. He just hops over it like kind of slides over it like the hood of the Dukes of Hazzard's car. Just sprints into the woods. So Thal, as you get into the woods, you see the same silhouette. This one's a little bigger. And this guy does not have a short bow. He's got
A bunch of javelins.
Throwing
has-
javelins.
he has a javelin like strapped to his back, and he's got a two-handed cudgel with
The
spikes.
fuck
on
is a cudgel?
Does he
It's-
have an
it-
arrow
it-
sticking
it-
out of his back?
It looks like a tree branch that he just like put spikes on. Like he
Okay.
hammered spikes into this thing. And he looks at you as you
This is
come
a
into
bad
the
idea.
woods, and he there's malice, and also like he's laughing. He's enjoying this more than he should, and he like pats his weapon in his hand. Is kind of squaring up to you a little bit, grunting, doing this grunting laugh. He's about, yeah, you can stop about 10 feet away if you wanted to, or you can get up into 5 feet if you want to short sword or long sword him.
I am gonna stay the 10 feet away so I can hit him with the glaive.
So you're gonna take a swing at him.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll a d20, and you will
Just
add
one?
7.
26.
Okay, you're gonna hit it.
All right, guys, we know if it's 26. Gotta hit.
So roll a d10
Gotcha.
and add 5.
Oh, Zach.
30.
Real
Right.
quick. And I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. What was your?
It's
so
a
for
12.
you- It was a 12. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's the one thing we need to be careful with you is if you roll a 19 or a 20, either one of those are a crit. So you hit, and then what was your damage?
Well, no, I rolled a 19 for the D20. For the
Cool.
D10, it was a 7. So
So
it'd be a 12.
so because you rolled the 19, and you have your
It'd be 10, and then plus the. Is there a. I add the 5 to that then too?
you add the 5 only once.
So yeah, it'd be 15 total. For this, it'd be because I roll a 7 and a 3, and then I think my damage is a 1d10. But since it's a crit, plus the 5, right?
right.
how that
So
works.
a crit, you roll your damage die twice, and then add your
Yes.
modifier at the end.
Okay,
So
so
you're
it's
So you get a 15.
yes.
Let me just make sure. Oh God. No, when you roll a critical hit, roll one of the dice an additional time and add it to the extra damage. So do that one more time.
I picked up Booty Butts class. Jesus.
It was 9, so
15
24.
and- So 24. So
Ah!
this thing is just like squared up. It's like, you
I give it a little smirk.
and you just get this overbody stab and just come down on it. And it tries to block and you just shred across the front of its chest. Was that 29 damage?
I would
No,
hope that kills it.
Yeah, it's
Damage is 20. It should have been 24
24. I'm sorry.
total damage. Yeah, after the 3 rolls.
Because it was
plus the
15
5.
and 9, right?
Yeah.
So it's got a big gash across the front of its chest. It caught on some of like the basic leather armor that it's wearing, and it's now very mad. Like it's like the smile falls off its face, and it bares its teeth in this like really ugly bestial snarl. And with that, it is Lami.
So where am I?
You're getting up from the campfire. You just watched the half orc sprint into the woods and then heard this animal screaming noise, which sounds a little familiar, like you heard it a day or so ago.
Lovely.
If you want to make me a perception check, I can see if anyone else is more visible to you.
I would love to do that.
Anyone else?
That'll be 19, believe it or not.
19. So
The most perceptive dragon.
there's the one that Thal is decided to square up to. There's the one that Lythar took a pot shot at, and there's 2 more splitting the clock. So if the first one was at 10 o'clock,
Mhm.
and the one that one after is at like 2 o'clock,
Mhm.
these are at 11 and 1.
So they're across the road?
No, they're between them.
They're all forming an arc coming out of the woods towards you guys.
Which so I'd probably closer to the one near Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the one that isn't occupied by Brandon and being
Mhm.
stabbed to death.
Mhm.
That is next to that one.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna like charge right at it, and I'm gonna draw my sword and go for a slash.
okay. Give me that sweet attack roll, my friend. Are you one-handing or two-handing? Or
I'm
you
gonna
have your
two,
shield?
I'm gonna two-hand this one because I would just got up. Shield's probably on my back. I don't know.
Okay,
So that is a 25 to hit.
that'll hit.
That'll do.
Would you
My
like? Would you
two-handed
care to smite?
10. I go for a smite. Yeah, I'll go for a divine smite. Why not?
You're gonna bring this bitch down.
Yeah, let's
So-
take it. Let's bring this board down.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go for damage. Okay. Okay.
1d8 plus 5, and then 2d8 for smite.
That's a D10 because I'm two-handing.
Yes, you're correct.
So that is nice. That's 14 plus 14.
It looked like Brandon was just like looking over onto Josh's
28
desk.
damage.
I was just like, what's going on over there?
That is 28 damage, sir.
Holy sh-
So you-
See,
this dragon stands up and pulls his sword and just storms into the woods with a snarl on his teeth. And you see the sword, or you see him square up to this bugbear who's basically, this guy just has like a short sword and a dagger. He's just
oh no.
kind of ready to go. And
He's
so Josh, how do you want to do this? How do you want to kill this guy?
I want to sprint right at him. Two hands on my sword. You know, I'm a big dude. I'm sprinting with this thing like a baseball bat over my shoulder. And I'm just gonna like go for the cleave in half at a diagonal.
So it's not quite an anime where he runs through them and then they pause and then they fall to pieces. It just goes clean. The sword is glowing, and you see like this glow fill the sword through, and there's a flash with the swing, and the blade just keeps going, and then here the dragon just keeps his momentum and just plows into this, and the pieces just fall to either side.
That'll do.
That'll do. Base.
So in that flash of light, you all see the position of the other three. So you now know where all of them are for at least the next couple of seconds. Ronan, what would you like to do?
I'm going to rage for one.
Shocking.
This is my bonus action.
Shocking.
Don't
Which
forget
I roll
you
a d6,
D8, sir.
d8. Got 2.
Got two.
I don't know what numbers correlate to what things, so that's
So I'm gonna post this here real quick. So you teleport up to 20 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Until your rage ends, you can activate this effect again on each of your turns as a bonus
I
action.
can teleport, bruh.
Barbarian. The
Poof. Hello.
the Goliath gets up, lets out a roar, and then
And off I go.
pulls his javelin, takes 3 steps forward, and then just teleports away. Where do you want to go with your?
How far away from the third unengaged bugbear am I?
With your teleport?
From not teleporting.
Not teleporting?
You can teleport?
We just went over
That's
this.
a big guy. That's a big guy.
With you could run the whole way, but you can teleport for free for 20 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport directly towards him. The full 20 feet. Or however far I can go to get close to him. How far away from him am I now with this teleport?
You're 10 feet.
10 feet?
Mhm.
So now I am going to... I have my javelin in one hand. I'm gonna grab... Oh, can I do that? I forgot about that. It probably fell out back there. I'm gonna pull one of my hand axes from like my back barbarian pocket.
What was the thing you wanted to do?
I wanted to pull the other javelin out and have 2 javelins.
Give me a con saving throw.
That is a 16 con plus 5, so 21.
You're fine.
Okay, so I'm going
Nice.
to
So I have 2
yank this javelin out of my side, and I'm just going to charge this bugbear, and I'm going to attack it with both javelins because I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a d6 plus 4. Twice, I guess. Oh no, I have to roll to hit.
So yeah, roll the hit on your first one.
Is a 12 plus, what is it? Is it strength?
It's a light weapon.
Javelin, damage, range, weight, cost, thrown, proficiency. I have proficiency in it, whatever that means.
Yeah, that adds your proficiency bonus. I always forget what javelins because they're dumb.
They are dumb.
Choose a glaive.
It says hit / DC plus 6. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that'll be strength.
Okay. So that's 12 plus 4, so that's 16 on the first one.
Hit.
Okay. I'll
First
roll-
one hits. What's the second one?
13 plus 4.
1 second.
17?
Go,
You
Chris.
don't add your ability modifier to damage. Okay, so you roll a 16 and a 17.
Yes.
So yeah, you run up holding these 2 javelins, and you just get an underhand stab, and then you just come across the other side, just go for like you're skewering a piece of meat.
Okay. So now roll damage. Okay. So d6. I got a 4 plus 4, so that's 8.
Mhm.
And then I
The
got
second one,
a.
do not add your modifier
I do not add my modifier.
because it's your offhand.
Okay. I got another 4, so that would be 12 total.
Okay, so those of you paying attention just watched a 7-foot tall Goliath literally disappear and appear 20 feet closer to this guy,
Poof!
and then stab him. And this bugbear is as confused and skewered as everyone else.
His top shook.
Kind of like that. It's not a bad look.
He's just like,
That's a good one.
oh.
So the bugbear is befuddled. Mari, what would you like to do?
Well,
Throw your cock at it.
Yes, go throw the cock.
all right. So I have a bow, crossbow.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use. Like,
Oh, excuse
Hold on.
That's Chris.
me.
Huh?
I would catch it.
So with your crossbow, you will roll a d20 and add 2 to hit.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast.
okay, I rolled a 3. I take 5.
So 3 plus 2. So you see from near the cart, this gnome pops up with the crossbow,
Me.
pops it on his leg, takes a shot, and the bolt goes,
Totally
you hear
whiffs.
this twang, and the bolt goes wide. Scared the shit out of him though, because that's a heavy crossbow, which will punch through pretty much anything. So this bolt goes off into the trees.
I love how the gnome has a heavy crossbow.
Right.
No, he built it.
Is it bigger than him?
Please.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I have to set up like two. Like, what the heck is the?
It's got a
Big
bipod.
Yeah, it's got a bipod that I have to set up.
We're
The bipod is as tall as me.
yeah, we're Modern Warfare here now. It's like it's like in Mordhau, the engine, the little mini ballista, and you can set up in Mordhau. And so that's Mari. Mari, do you want to move anywhere? Do you want to like put you back up to the wagon? Kind of get into cover.
Sure. Yeah. I'll go run over to the wagon and kind of
Wee.
hide out by one of the wheels. I
I'm
guess.
just imagining Mini Me from Austin Powers with a crossbow going "Wee," running around.
So the bugbear with the short bow and the arrow sticking out of him is gonna kind of look over at Lythar and snap off the end of the snap off the
Arrow?
arrow that's in it. He's gonna throw down his bow.
Uh oh.
He's gonna pull out just like a big old like this is literally basically just a big honking tree branch that he put a handle on. He just with both hands hold it up over his head and shriek and run over to Lythar, and he's gonna take a big two-handed swing.
Oh boy.
I didn't realize how prominent my frowning muscles are.
That's a 22 to hit you, Lythar.
That'll do it. That will do it. Fuck this bugbear.
I'll be 37 damage.
I would
Quite.
die if
I'm only rolling d6s.
I don't have that many hit points, Chris. Like you're like half down. How many hit points do you have left? Like 24 or something like
I have
that?
21 left out of 35.
Yeah, my max is 22. So like
So this
Squishy boy.
bugbear, this big two-handed swing, bam, and whacks you in the head for 12.
Oof.
Like Mason Rudolph getting hit in the head with the helmet, just bonk. That's
That was
Pretty
so
much.
stupid.
There's like this big overhand, like he's trying to split a log, and just, your head's in the way.
you said 12, right?
12.
Okay. Damn.
Uh,
Okay.
This bugbear's a little upset.
Fuck. Is he? Oh, I forget what I hit him for. He's like pretty hurt though, right? Like I hit him good.
You hit him with 8, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's got to be at least like ow.
We know they have at least less than 28 hit points.
That's
Most
true.
of them.
All right. Am I in any shape to attack back, or am I like?
It will when you'll have the chance when it's your turn.
Oh
Yeah.
And so the one that got skewered via javelin is also has his short sword or no, because the short sword and dagger got smited,
Mhm.
so he's dead. He's off the field.
he's dead.
Yeah. I don't think we discussed what the one that I attacked had.
The one that you attacked had just a short sword that he's got in both hands, and it's basically like a two-handed sword to him because he's a little small, but he's not happy with the stabbing.
Ah!
He's going to take a swing. That's a 17 to hit.
Armor class is 15, so that hits.
Okay.
Chris, don't die.
Judging by the physical attributes of this one, I think I'll be okay.
That'll be
Sized him up.
Jumps on you,
Nine?
slices your throat.
Yeah, 9.
Oof.
Slashing. He's been stabbed, but he's got you right where he wants you, and he
Apparently.
slashes you right back. And then it is Lythar's turn.
All right, so I just got bonked on the noggin pretty hard,
A good old bonking.
and so I'm gonna draw my 2 short swords from my
Okay.
back, and I'm gonna try to kill this motherfucker who just bonked me.
Mhm.
So, all
Bonk.
right,
Give
D20.
me 2 attack rolls.
Short swords are still dexterity plus 6.
They are finesse weapons, so yes, you can use dex.
So is it plus 6 and plus 4 from the
No,
dex?
it is just the plus 6
Just a
because
plus
that's
6.
including your dex and your proficiency.
Okay. I got 15.
That misses.
Fuck!
You got your other hand though.
So I roll that again.
Yep.
But no modifier.
Modifier only applies to damage, so you still add 6.
Ooh, I got a 19 plus
Okay.
6. That's 25.
Yep, that one will hit. So take your sword and roll 1d6. Just give me that number as damage.
Oh. I got a 2. That's my weak hand.
So you get a decent like a
Give him
cut
a
across the
haircut.
arm. You drew some blood. Nothing,
little
nothing
haircut.
too fancy. Now over to the bigger
Someone save
dude.
me.
Now over to the bigger dude that Thal is kind of squaring up with. He's looking a little wary, but he's gonna take his real sharp stick, and
Yeah, poke ya.
he's gonna take
Poke.
he's gonna take some swings.
Swing z.
Oh.
A speedy stick.
That's a 15 to hit you, Thrall.
Thrall, he's the leader of the horde now.
Armor class is 16.
Okay, so that's
Oh! Bow, 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 bow. I just punched my microphone.
that's a 22 to hit on the second swing.
I'll give you a little pokey.
And
What's your max HP?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
40.
40. Wow, you a thick boy. I don't know if that's a lot. I thought I had a lot. I guess not.
I'm sitting over here with 17, so it one shot me, dude.
Josh, how many hit points do you have total?
35.
But your armor class is also stupid, right?
18, yes.
Yeah.
So with that second, he swings and then turns it, reverses his grip, swings it back again, and clocks you for 12.
Big
Wow.
oof.
With the second swing.
Somebody's hurting.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna kind of stay in your face, trying to cause some problems. And keeps fronting on you, trying to do something. Thal, it's your turn to tell him what's on your mind.
I'm going to take my glaive and shove it in his stomach.
Okay.
In further in the cut I already put on along his chest.
And shove it up your butt.
Give me that.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Gonna sneak around him and shove it where the wild goose goes.
Where the wild goose goes.
I got a 12.
Plus you got a 5 at 5 on the die, and then you added your 7.
I got a 7 plus the 5. Because
Uh,
the glaive attacks plus 5, right?
you had plus 7.
So
That's
14.
14.
14 does not hit, unfortunately.
Some
Wow.
pepperoni.
You go for the gut stab, and he's able to kind of twist out of the way and get out of the way of it. Do you want to try and keep him? Because you can back up a little bit and try to keep him at range, so he doesn't take more swipes at you like that.
What did you say? What his reach was?
He's just got a club, so he's got like a 5-foot reach. So you can use the glaive to keep him at range.
Okay, yeah, I'll back up.
Okay.
To the, I guess the max range for the glaive.
Yeah, so you'll back up a couple of feet. He takes tries to take a swipe at you, but he swings wide. So you're now at range, kind of to keep poking at him.
So with things where like you move near a bad guy, or if a bad guy moves near you, you can have like a, what's it called? It's a thing.
Opportunity attacks happen when you move away from a target. If you leave a target's combat range, they have the chance to do an opportunity attack. You can get around that by using your action to disengage. But he's a little frazzled, so. And I also didn't explain that before I had to do the action, so
That's fine.
that's on me. So you got away, and now you got a little more reach on him. So now, Lami, what would you like to do now that you've successfully murdered the first guy?
Which ones are left?
Save me.
There's Lythar's having a real rough go of it. And there's the one that Ronan has been beating up for a couple of minutes.
That's it.
And then there's the big one that
Oh god.
Thal is.
Oh, skewer.
And then there's the big one.
The big one's engaged with Thal.
So am I in front of the biggest one that's there? Is that what's going?
Yep.
Okay.
You're against
The big boy.
you're against the leader.
Gotcha.
Who's hurting more right now?
Lythar, I believe.
I have 10,
He's dying.
10 out of 22 hit points.
On a scale of 1 to 22, he's feeling about a 10. If you're asking about the bugbears, the one that the Goliath has been shish kebabbing is a little worse off. But the chieftain is also looking pretty all right for having been dueling this glaive wielding motherfucker.
I'm gonna go help out Mr. Lythar.
Okay.
He could use a hand.
Mhm. So yeah, you can just run on over there if you'd like.
Smite him, almighty smiter!
I'm gonna
Okay.
run on over there.
Get a what you can hit him with.
Usually I'm the arrow. Getting fucked this time.
What?
I'm gonna go for. Oh shit! Is it really worth wasting a divine smite? I don't think it is.
Oof. I'm not worth a smite. Alright, I see it.
You're quiet again, Kendrick.
God damn it.
I'm gonna get a new microphone.
My butt is sore.
Is lay on hands an action or bonus action? I never remember.
Lay on hands is an action.
Gotcha. All right. right, I'm gonna go charge at the one that is fucking up Mr. Lythar. And I'm gonna go for the Searing Smite. I haven't used that,
Oh. Let's set the forest on fire.
just in case. I'm a fire-based person.
You are. Mastered the ability to stand so incredibly still.
To an attack roll, and then let me know if you're smiting. Because you have to hit first.
It'd be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
So would you like to smite?
I would like to smite.
Would you like smite with that?
Extra smite, please.
Super smite me, Captain.
At least 6 smites.
Oh, what is that? It's
1d6
si-
fire.
1d6 fire. Perfect.
And then 1d6 every turn.
Yes, if he survives.
Jeez.
Okay, so damage. That's plus 5. Nice. 14 plus. So that's 19 damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh, geez. Here we go again.
Should bite him.
I
Light him
think
and
it
then
would
blow
be
fire into his cut.
pretty cool
Ooh.
if my sword just ignited in flames and I
All
took
right,
this
Barrack
thing
Dondarrion.
and then just like drove it right into him and he turns into ashes.
I'll buy that.
Mhm.
So the dragon paladin has sufficiently dealt with 2 targets. One of them is in 2 separate pieces, and the other one is drifting slowly to the forest floor. Ronan,
It's like Endgame when they all just turn
Hashtag
into
roasted.
dust.
Ronan, what
Hashtag.
would you like to do to your problem? To your problem?
I want to attack my problem, but I can use 2 attacks. So if I kill it with the first one, can I then whip my javelin at a different one? Or do I have to like make the decision to attack with both who hands?
Hatches over.
I understood, Chris.
I
got
understood.
you.
Chris, I keep forgetting that your rage does things.
Yeah, I teleport.
Well, also that you deal bonus damage and you're resistant to other forms of damage.
What?
You're resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So what did I hit you? What did you get hit for last round?
Slashing.
How much?
Zach is sad because nobody's talking to him, just so everybody knows.
Or
I want to say
you're
like
trying to-
8.
Okay, so
How,
you
how
take
do
4.
you know this?
Because he sent me a sad face because I told him we were wrapping things up.
Oh,
So yeah, you take half that damage. But yeah, I think
so I can up 4.
yeah, you go up 4. If you kill with the first attack, I'll let you retarget and throw.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So I am going to. How far away is big grumbly guy fighting with Val?
Within range.
Huh?
You're within throwing range.
Within throwing range. So
Yes,
I'm going
it's like you're
to
inside an ICBM.
teleport 10 feet backwards just because I want to teleport. And then I'm going to use my first attack to whip a javelin at the bugbear that I originally skewered.
Okay.
That is going to be a 12 on the die. Is it plus 4 for strength?
+6.
Plus 6, so that's 18.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay. And then it's a d6 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2, so it's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you huck the javelin, and this one catches it in the same spot that the big javelin caught you.
Mhm.
But your target is still up.
But my target who?
The target you threw the javelin at is still up.
So he's still alive. So now I can huck my other one at him.
Mhm.
Alright. That is a 10 plus.
Chris, those dice sound weighty.
They're metal.
They're the metal ones.
Yeah. Uh huh. So it's a 10 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
So 16.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. And then a d6 without the plus 4.
D6 without your modifier.
That is a whopping 3.
Okay. So this dude now has twin pieces of wood sticking out of him. Buddy's
job,
not
Chris.
happy.
You've
Buddy is
weaponized him.
I was really hoping that would kill him.
a weapon more powerful than Metal Gear.
Shadow Moses.
Maury, what would you like to do, my friend?
All right. So, which one is okay? So I'm back by the cart. What's in range for me?
I think both.
Your heavy crossbow has a 100-foot range.
Oh, jeez.
You can hit, or 100 foot is the shorter range.
Well, that's a shorter range.
But you can hit up to 400 feet away.
It's a fucking ballista.
You have a tiny ballista.
So I kind of like swivel around my turret and I just kind of like point at the one that Chris was attacking, and I'm gonna shoot my bow at.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one
that
with
Chris is-
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick off the one. You're gonna snipe the Goliath's food.
Yep.
Give me an attack roll.
I got a 15. That's plus 2, right?
Yep.
So-
And that'll
I'll
hit.
hit.
So
We
roll
figured that.
1d10.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, jeez. A natural one. He hits fucking
hits
Ronan.
It hits like right in the same spot
Nice.
where the javelins are, but it catches a little more of like the leathery armor that it's still wearing, so it doesn't quite bite into bone, but it definitely it was not your best shot, but you hit this time, and that's better than before.
It's better than
That's
before.
that's
what
progress.
matters.
That's how progress happens. You do a little bit better.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Where's your fireball? Wizard to do is cast fireball.
Listen, the way I set this up, I do a bunch of like blinding stuff,
Nice, cool.
Mm.
which I haven't used any. So,
Not
You could have blinded.
The
Yeah.
the doubly stuck bugbear is a little mad,
Rightfully so.
so he's gonna pull the javelin.
Oh no! He's gonna do the thing that I did to him.
Throws it.
Rip.
Boy.
Oh, I don't like that face.
Hmm?
That's a 20 to hit you. Mr.
Okay.
Damage time. Damage time.
Oh.
Doo-doo-doo.
It's dead.
how much health do you have left?
16.
Uh-oh.
But I take half damage from slashing, which I think javelin is puncture.
It
That
is
doesn't help you.
piercing.
Piercing.
You take half damage to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Okay.
So basically, you take half damage from non-magical weapons.
Okay.
So you would take 8 again, but because you are raging, you take less. You take 4.
Okay.
So
Still alive.
this javelin flies back and sticks itself in your other side.
You're just gonna
Alright.
keep throwing it at each other.
It's like catch the way Pokemon can play with me.
Catch, buddy. Here, you have it. Catch.
Lythar, you're up.
I'm up already. Oh,
Yeah, that's the end of the initiative track, right? Everybody went?
the guy that was attacking me, Lamy killed him, right?
Yeah, he's Ash.
There's one bugbear and the chieftain.
Do I have a shot at either of them?
Yes.
Can I take a shot at the one firing at my hitting my good buddy Ronan?
Sure.
The one's playing a good game of catch. I want to end this friendly father and son game of catch.
Oh.
Take
Can
the
I
kid
make
out.
a little excerpt and be like, I remember that he helped Ronan instead of me sitting over here. Fuck.
That's fine. He's basically racist against orcs. It's
I
fine.
Yeah.
True.
This is an opportunity for us to grow as people.
Yeah.
I have orc friends.
Oh,
So life
Oh,
outtake.
I
So,
have
I'm racist to orcs. Fuck orcs.
no.
Sorry, buddy. I like you as a person. I
Oh,
just don't like
no.
your character.
Whoa, I
I have orc friends. Oh man.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, that hits.
Sweet. So then it's a D8 for me or D6?
Oh, did we give you a short bow? I think I had you.
I
rolling.
have longbow.
Yeah. So yeah, give me a D8. D8 plus 4.
Oh,
can
I
do it,
got a
Kung Fu
6
Kenny.
plus 4, which is a 10.
How do you want to
Math. Oh, how do I want to do it?
do it?
Sad.
Whenever I hear that question, I know this is good. All right.
So how do you want to kill this guy?
How do I want to kill this guy? So he currently has one javelin still stuck in him, right?
Mhm.
But he took the other one out and threw it at Chris.
Everybody.
Okay, so he's got a javelin in him.
Mhm.
Lythar pulls the bow back, slings the shot, fucking flies off, and Ronan's stand there like, ow. And all of a sudden he just sees an arrow go straight through the head of this bugbear, and it clears, like it goes in one side, and he sees it fly out the other side and stick into a tree, and the bugbear just slowly drops to the ground.
I'm like, that was mine.
Those are my javelins.
My javelins.
All right. So
Those are my disposable throwing weapons.
They are.
the chieftain is now keenly aware because the sun is continuing to rise as this fight is happening. He's keenly aware that he's kind of by himself now, and he's not about that.
Quick question: did this chieftain have an arrow sticking out of the back of his back this entire time?
You haven't seen his back.
Oh fuck! It's this bitch.
Which would make sense why he threw a javelin at me, because I hucked an axe at him.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
So
different person.
it,
A different person now.
it's going to move in, to like close the gap, and take a swing at Thal, and just like
Uh-oh.
try and get a
I'll be alright.
good hit in here.
Come on, buddy. Even though I didn't save you.
That's a 19 to hit.
It hit me.
2D.
He hit me real good.
That's not safe, Chris.
No? Is this?
That's
That's better.
13 damage
Oof.
on the first swing.
The first swing.
He's a bugbear. They get to attack twice.
Why? They're dumb. They're dumb and hairy.
I don't think all bugbears
So
get
am
to
I,
do that.
Chris.
Said 13.
Are you at 0?
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
I think he's gonna take another swipe. That's a 16.
I think that matches.
That's a match.
Now, do you have to
Has to
arm
meet
wrestle
or
to figure it
exceed,
out?
doesn't it?
It's meet or exceed, so that
Yeah.
hits. Lord.
Well, I mean, I'm technically dead.
You're at 0?
Yeah, I'm at 0
With the hit?
by a lot.
Or
Yeah,
were you
with the second hit.
That was just a 16 to hit. So
Oh,
before
that-
damage,
that's-
you're at 0.
Yeah. Did you say 4 damage?
He didn't.
I did
Not
a,
yet.
Oh
Pretty
no,
good
no.
10.
Before no, I'm good. That would be right at my armor at 16.
Yeah, so it's meet or exceed. So this one's gonna hit
Okay.
a hit for 10.
Ooh.
Where you at?
Ooh!
I'm at
One?
You have 1?
Yeah, this is what happens when I don't get any help over here.
Oof.
We are
Oof.
critically
Ooh, boy.
lacking a healer.
We are.
Well,
Good grief. And so the he's kind of like he hit you twice really really hard, and so he's gonna kind of roar in your the chief kind of roars in your face and turns it, books it into the woods.
Oh.
So if you want to make an opportunity attack against him, you'll just roll like a quick attack roll.
what would that be?
So it's just your d20, like you're attacking normally.
Okay. It'd be 11,
Plus your 7 is
17, or 18.
18. Okay. So you'll hit. Roll damage for me.
D10. 13.
Okay. So as he turns and runs, kind of spit it over your head and get a slash across his, and you get a real nice slash right across, parallel with his shoulders. And he turns and he's fucking hauling into the woods.
You think I can catch him?
I don't think you can. Are you next? I think you're next.
Mm.
Yeah, I think.
Thal
yeah.
is actually next.
Hmm.
So
I just
Thal, he got 30 feet away from you, and your speed is 30 feet, and you have a 5-foot reach on him. So you can run up and get close to him if you want, or you can, I think you can heal yourself actually with you can use your second wind to get some health back. Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 4.
You said he's 30 feet away?
He's 30 feet away from you.
I'm gonna move within the glaive range.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
'cause the glaive gets 10 feet.
He was 5 feet away from you, so moving that
Okay,
25 keeps
okay.
him at
Gotcha.
glaive range. So you want to take another swipe at him?
I'm gonna take another swing at him.
Mhm.
Hit 19,
Okay, that's a hit.
and
So
then
give me that damage.
damage is 9.
Okay, get another of this one's a vertical slash.
Jeez, how much health does this thing have?
Parallel to the spine. You're driving him forward. You just keep harassing him as he runs. Would you like to use one of your bonus actions? So you could use second wind and heal, or you can take an action surge and attack again if you're feeling froggy.
I'm feeling froggy.
Yeah.
Take another swing.
Attack. And I got plus 13.
That is a miss.
Oh, wait.
Or is that without
I need to do
your
the hit
7?
chance. No, I need to do the hit chance thing. Sorry. That's 13 plus 7, so 20.
20. Okay. And then roll damage.
Roll damage 7, 12.
Okay. Good grief. So yeah, you are now like hot on his tail, just hitting and hitting and hitting. Not letting him, punishing him for every step he takes. You haven't been quite this angry in a fight in a really long time, or had to fight for your life quite this hard.
1 HP.
Lami, it's your turn.
Can I catch him?
If you used your movement, you could get within breath attack range. If you dashed, you
Mhm.
could move this 60 feet. So one of the other actions you could do is dashing, which is under the actions and combat tab. Cast a spell, dash, disengage, dodge, grapple, help, hide, improvise. So if Josh dashes, he can move 60 feet and still have 30 feet of movement. Or he can use his action to move as well. So he could move 60 feet. But then he does not have an action to attack.
Just kind of getting him in position.
Yeah, he can
Yes.
spend his entire turn getting in position, or he can move and use his breath weapon, which is
So what you're saying is I can't catch him.
not this turn. You could get ahead of him and get next to him, so if he moves, you get an opportunity attack. But you can only catch him. You cannot catch an attack.
Breath weapon and woods just don't work so well together.
Or does it?
It kind of does.
He's learning.
I'm gonna go for the dash and try and get in front of him.
Okay. Yeah. You Mari, as you're watching these fights break out, you're watching this dragonborn with his sword just like run. He kills a guy, he runs over here, kills a guy, and now you just see him hold his sword and you just sprint like Usain Bolt, but scaly and brass. Zooming across this field, and he moves around and he's standing closer to this bugbear and holding it, like kind of blocking its way, while your buddy Thrall is menacing it with his glaive and trying to get it to move so he can hit it again.
With 1 HP.
With what? Hey, Thal isn't looking great, but he's still there, and that's what matters. Ronan,
It's now my turn.
it is now your turn. You have a javelin sticking in you.
I do. So I'm going to pull that
Your
out,
Descender.
for one. Two, I am still raging.
Correct.
So
Still
I
get your
am...
teleport.
Yes, and then I can move 30 feet, and I was closer to him than Lami was. So can I get within melee range?
Correct.
So I'm going to yank out this other javelin,
Mhm.
and I am going to... So that means I only have one javelin, because the other one was stuck in the dead boy. So I'm going to pull out my other axe, one of my other axes, because I have two. I'm going to use my sprint first. So, well, not
are you going
sprint.
to-
I'm
you're
going
gonna
to
use your movement?
movement first,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to use my teleport to teleport next to him, because I think it would be hilarious to just be like, poof, and then be there. And then I'm going to attack with the javelin and the axe.
Okay. What's in your dominant hand? Or it actually doesn't matter. 'cause
Yeah,
the
they're the
stats are
same. Yeah. First one is a 13 plus 4?
Plus 6.
6.
Plus 6.
So 19. And then the second one is it landed on a thumb drive, so I'm going to re-roll that. Second one is a 6 plus 6, which is a 12, which I think
So
misses.
does not hit.
Okay. And then,
Trusty javelin.
yeah, trusty javelin. That's a d6 plus 4. Is a 2, so 6.
Okay.
Oof.
Big oof.
At least it wasn't a 1.
At least it wasn't a 1.
Shit. Hold
Oh, plus I do extra damage, right?
on. Plus 2 melee damage.
Okay. So 8.
So 8.
But it's still better than 1.
Because
It is.
He's
'Cause I'm-
Rage.
Shut it down!
So that's Ronan. Mari, would you like to take a shot?
All right.
Jesus.
Very patiently. You've been waiting very patiently in the cart, reloading your crossbow.
Click, click,
Takes
click,
a while.
click, click,
It's a little
click,
bit.
click.
All right. So
He's got a bicycle. He's got to have like bicycle pedals hooked up to that thing to go
Yes.
fast.
that would be a sight right there.
He's definitely not compensating.
I rolled a 13. Let's do
Okay.
15.
13 plus 2 is 15.
If you miss and hit me with that fucking thing,
Your shot goes wide.
Oh, darn.
If you hit me, oof.
Oh, danger zone.
That'd be rough, buddy.
Luckily, you rolled high enough that you're not going to snipe your teammates. And all the other bugbears are dead. So it is Lythar at the top of the order.
Top
Kendrick
of
is
the morning.
oh, he's
Okay.
not muted.
All right. Sorry, I'm here.
are you?
Yeah.
Yes,
Your
my
name
roommate's in
is-
here, so I muted myself so you guys wouldn't hear mindless chatter.
Fucking.
Oh, chatter. Mm.
That's what they
Yes.
called it.
Yes, that's what they call it now. All right. I have a shot at the chief dude, right?
Yep.
Or is he far away from running now? or-
Your longbow goes forever.
You're
That's
long,
true.
right?
You're right.
Is
All
there
right.
ever
Taking
a
a shot.
siege?
Oh, wait a minute.
Mari.
Chris, it is
You can
time.
do the thing!
I can do the thing. I'm going to use ensnaring strike.
Boy, I can't wait till he misses.
Yeah,
I am going to be so
Oh,
pissed
no.
if I fucking miss.
Rolling that one
Curtis,
and
why
stare
did you
me.
say that?
Because I have a sense of humor.
It's not funny. No, I'm just kidding.
I have 1 HP, Kendrick.
So do I.
So
What? He's not right next to you anymore, is he?
He's 10
within
feet
10
away.
feet.
Pretty
So
close.
He can
be
still
very
hit- well-
careful of your nat ones
Yes, just don't
because
let those
there are
happen.
2 people in. There are 3 targets in this area.
4 targets.
Are you saying I don't want to ensnare
Oh, there
him,
are
or if
4.
I fuck
Yeah,
up, it's
there-
bad?
You have
Go.
1 in.
Go for it.
Yep.
Just do it. Just do
Oh,
it.
Just
Alright.
go for it.
So you're casting the spell with a bonus action. So the next time you hit with a weapon attack, things happen. So roll the hit. Give me that
Okay.
attack roll.
I really kind of want it to be a 1.
I got an 11 plus 8,
Damn it!
19.
That's a hit.
Better be a hit. And then D8,
Chris wanted to get hit
or
by
is
it.
it
I did.
different with?
It will still be a D8 for your bow,
And then
Uh,
what is
and
that?
then
Plus,
D8 plus 4.
oh. I rolled a 1 damage, but plus 4, so that's 5.
So 5. Okay. So everybody hears the twang of a bowstring. And see this
Patang!
bow, there's arrow coming in, thunk into the right at his waist, and you all see vines just kind of growing out from where it hit and wrapping around his limbs and his arms and kind of basically pulling it into the fetal position and trying to tuck this thing down. What is your spell casting?
Me?
Save DC is 12, so it has to make a strength save. It is restrained,
Yes!
so it is.
I
it's-
did it!
It's standing and it's trying to get its limbs back under
Chris,
its own
I did
control.
the-
You did it!
Curled up and all this stuff. What's the damage on that every turn? It takes like 1d6 piercing.
A little vine is crawling up its
Actually,
butt.
I don't know because I don't actually have the spell information. I just have it written down.
By the spell, the target takes 1d6.
Are these Japanese vines or like American vines?
American. No one's getting
Oh, okay.
violated here.
Okay.
So as this thing is struggling to to bust loose.
Hentai shit
Um,
in the bunghole.
it is it's keeps trying to wiggle free. And it keeps trying to bust loose so it can try and keep running. And that is a natural 20.
Are you serious?
Nat 20 to bust out.
God damn
So-
it, Chris! I didn't do the thing.
It rips the vines off
Whoosh.
and
smacks me in the taint.
Downs.
it does not smack you in the taint,
Okay.
but it just busts out of all these vines and it grabs onto a piece of the vine and whips it in a circle all around it. Everyone, so the three of you in combat range of it, give me a dex save.
Boys,
Got a-
I'm sorry.
5 plus 2. So I got a 7. So I'm gonna get slapped,
How'd you do, Josh?
I got a 19.
of course.
How'd you do,
I got a
Phil?
13.
13?
Chris, I'm sorry. I tried.
It's okay.
I tried.
He's whipping it at what would be head height for everybody else.
Oh no, he's gonna hit me in the nipple.
He's gonna hit me in the nipple.
You take 6 points of piercing, which is
I am going to use a bonus action or reaction. Stone's Endurance. As a reaction, reduce damage dealt to you by 1d12 plus 3.
So you're gonna take nothing
Pretty much.
because you're already reducing it to 3, and then
Ah,
the plus 3,
yeah, I forgot about that.
in half.
Alright, yeah, so I'm good.
Raging.
Mm-hmm.
Angry stony boy.
My nipple just turns to like diamonds and just bounces off.
So he's going. So this bugbear is going to disengage, and like with him whipping this thing around to buy himself some space, he's going to throw it on the ground and he's going to take off into the woods. He's going to run another 30 feet, and
Wasn't I next to him? Don't I get a bonus attack?
he disengaged
Oh, son of a
from
bitch.
all three of you.
God damn it.
Um,
I did it and he got out.
what's everybody's passive perceptions?
11.
Passive perception? What do you
Passive perception. So you have your it's underneath all of your saving throws. You have passive perception, passive intelligence.
Mine's
passive
10.
wisdom,
Oh,
that's
mine's
like
14.
investigation.
I
Okay.
got 12.
Mine's 10.
Oh, I'm
Um, So it runs into the woods and disappears.
Son of a bitch.
what a slut.
It's gone.
Took all that damage for nothing, man.
And
Josh has a detect good and evil thing. He can find it.
Not
so
We're killing it.
It really
hunt
wants
it
to
down
be
and kill
gone,
it.
Chris.
you guys can hunt it down and kill it. You guys can stop and lick your wounds and do a long rest and then head
I'm
down.
raging. I'm not stopping for anything.
Or
He's underweight right now.
so we can hunt it. So we can hunt it down now. We can hunt it down next time.
I vote long
or-
rest.
Take a
Hit
long
the road.
rest.
Long
hit the
rest at the
road.
road.
Head to that sweet old dusty trail.
Kill this thing. This is twice now I've tried to kill this thing.
You don't even know if it was the same thing.
I think it
I'm
was the
assuming
same
it
thing.
was. I'm assuming it was. I want to kill it.
Mhm.
And we took out the 3 of them, so he
So
probably
this
will be
thing
back.
Who
has a
cares? You
before
killed
If
two.
you guys go
Fuck
after it,
you.
I'm taking
I
a
need
short
more.
rest anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, if you guys if somebody wants to take a short rest while the rage monster and the elf try to track this thing down, we can do that real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna short rest.
All right, let's go, buddy.
So,
Mm.
does anyone else want to go on this hunting expedition?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You killed everything else. You might as well.
I mean, I'm still in perfect shape, so I'm in.
Yeah.
So So Thal's gonna take a quick nap.
I'm gonna use the second wind thing. My turn.
So yeah, so do that, and then it'll reset at short rest.
This is a long session, boys.
Yeah,
It is. We can continue hunting it next time too, because it is
so
12:16. Unless you think that we can hunt it down successfully and me murder it.
so
Very
as
soon.
as y'all run up to where this thing disappeared, everyone give me. Lythar is probably your best bet to track this thing down.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Would that be a
Now,
survival?
do I roll this even though I'm taking
Or
a
an
short
eight.
rest?
So you'll roll it to see how much health you get back, but then you don't check that box because you're taking a short rest and it comes right back.
Okay.
So give me a nature check.
Oh, good.
Lythar,
-1.
everyone give me nature checks. Lythar, remember you double your bonus, so yours will be a +5.
There's a
Because of the +3 and the +2 forest.
+3, +2, and then +2 again because you're in the forest.
so mine's just a
7.
15 base. I don't think I get any special things for woods stuff.
Wait, so
Yeah,
that's
19.
+7 for me?
It'll be +5 total.
I got 19 plus 1, so 20.
Okay.
I got me. Well, you're not even here.
Ooh. I got an 18.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Mm.
sorry, Brennan. You're healing, so you can take a
You're
look.
I need healing.
Got 23.
Okay. How
How does he
you
do this? Doesn't
I got an 8, Curtis.
Mari.
I rolled a natural 1, so
Okay.
You need-
Mari
you
is
need
impressed that we are in the woods and has really
Look,
kind of no idea what the hell we're doing here. He's looking at the mechanics of
Sorry,
leaves
guys,
and
I
how
did it.
leaves work.
He's like,
one
oh,
damage the
leaves,
whole fight.
yes."
The
So
DP had a good time. Brandon got beat up. I got beat up.
Fuck yeah,
there's
dude.
not a ton of a trail. What was your role, Lythar?
23.
You don't find a trail.
What?
What?
Chris is so annoyed.
Are you serious?
You see a trail. You see footprints. You see disrupted vegetation,
Oh no.
and it's just poof, gone.
Raging.
God damn
Chris.
it!
Go back to camp.
A 23!
so
I
mad!
can't even find it!
So,
Long ass.
and this is 100% honest, and I can show you if you like. Bugbears get a +6 on stealth rolls.
God damn it.
Dang.
He got a
Fucking
19.
bugbears.
Oh,
And
you
I
beat me by 2?
beat you by 2. So this bugbear is still out there. And yes, it was
Chris.
the same.
Oh, it was! Chris, we will have our day of justice.
My forehead is sweating. I'm legitimately upset with this.
Would you say you're raging?
Yes!
Chris is actually raging.
I'm so mad.
Oh my god, we were so close.
Mhm. So he had 7 health left.
God,
Guys, I
Damn it.
tried.
How much health did he
it was
have?
the orc's fault.
Brendan,
I
did
tried.
He's a chieftain, so he has more health than the regular one.
Brandon did like 80 damage to the stupid thing.
No, Brandon did like 50 damage.
I should have kept track of who did most of that damage. But yeah, no.
Probably
Brendan,
Lamy and Brandon.
Brendan
I didn't-
held
I
his
didn't- I didn't
fucking
touch
own
it.
with This thing.
I did 2 attacks and I killed them
tried.
both.
I even went after 1 HP. I tried.
So Brendan, this was for those of you playing. All these monsters have what's called a challenge rating, and the challenge rating is supposed to be if you have a party of 4, them fighting this will be a challenging fight, but they're not going to die. The Bugbear Chieftain by itself was a challenge rating 3, and the fact that Brandon was able to basically hold it off by himself.
It was good.
Like
Nice.
fucking
Nice.
props.
I can detect magic without using a spell slot.
Correct.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I also have danger sense.
Danger zone.
Danger zone.
Danger zone.
When do I get? Oh,
So with
Hey.
that, like second win thing, do I just add that onto my health? Because I had 10. I rolled.
Yeah. So you just add 10 health.
It shouldn't matter because we're gonna go take a long rest anyway.
Or if
Well,
someone else
I'm just saying for future reference because I just want to make sure.
yeah, that just gets added onto your health. So as y'all shuffle back to camp, if somebody wants to drive the wagon so your paladin can get a long rest in, or if someone wants to drive so people can rest, there should be enough room in the wagon that you guys can do a long rest on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'll drive.
It
Yeah,
won't
the
be
gnome
dis-
didn't do
say
shit in
so.
combat.
So I'm just gonna
Maurice the best one to go for that.
I'm gonna like sit down to like try and get the horses going. Except I'm gonna be too short to look over the horses, so I have to stand while I drive. So
That's
Um,
perfect.
Yeah, and so our final little scene will be as the sun is coming up directly behind you. The sun is kind of cresting up the horizon, and you see this gnome standing there, both hands on the reins, driving everybody, and everyone is kind of settled in and is getting comfortable. Ronan is walking.
I'm drinking.
And the mead's getting passed around, and the dwarf is still in a coma in the back seat.
The dwarf is still in a coma.
And
I'm so mad.
it was close. That nat 20 and the 19 to stealth made
That's
that.
not okay.
Uh,
I even had a good rolls on both of those.